just get the anger. Let's just purify our souls here a little bit for the first 15, 30 minutes of the show.
Can we clarify something? This is your vent session.
My anger,
and,
yes.
And I feel like this is a vent session for you and very few other people around this town, because the rest of us, casual, you're saying you're a casual baseball fan. I don't necessarily think that's true. You are a numbers guy. You love your baseball. I know you're a football guy, but you also love your baseball. I am much more of a casual fan. And at this point, being a casual fan, I think I can speak for most casual fans in that we've checked out already. So if you're angry or upset over what transpired today, that is your own fault, sir. Good for you, because you still care and you still have it in you to feel some type of way about this, because for the rest of us casual fans, this is par for the course on how the entirety of this season has gone so far. So you shouldn't be surprised you set yourself up for this.
I did. But I won't. I am not. It's not as if I sat down and I was watching this game from the first pitch of it. Like, I didn't turn the game on until the top of the 6th inning. When I'm looking at my phone, I'm sitting at the house, I'm doing show prep and other things around the house, and I pull up the box score on the ESPN app on my phone, and I see that Noah Cameron has gone 5 full innings of no-hit baseball. And I'm like, oh, Noah Cameron's kind of spinning a gym. Then I open up my Twitter, and I see the Cags 440-foot home run that hit the American flag on its way out, and I'm like, you know what? I got nothing better to do. I mean, most of the prep's going to be around training camp and the Royals game. So, I've done most of what I can do. And now I'm going to throw the game on just really quick, because I want to see if Noah Cameron can get this thing done. And I watched Noah Cameron pitch.
When did you actually tune in to watch the game?
Top of the 6th inning.
Because you're cutting it really close to this, really, quite honestly, being your fault that you should have just kept it status quo and not watched at that point and just kept tabs on it.
You're right. I should have. But I wanted, if there was going to be a no-hitter, as bad as this Royals season has been, if there was going to be a no-no,
still looking for bright spots,
in such a bad year, I kind of wanted to see it. Because Noah Cameron, he gave up like 8 runs in his, not this last start he had, but the one before that, and he had like a week off. They literally started him. And then the last 2 starts he's had, he's been electric. Or last 2 appearances, I should say. But I kind of wanted to go, I wanted to tune in. I wanted to see if Noah Cameron can get a no-no done. Because I can't think off the top of my head when the last no-hitter in Royals history was. I couldn't at the moment. I can't now. And so I just sort of flipped it on in the background of what I was doing. I still wasn't sat in front of the TV watching it religiously and living and dying with every pitch. But I just kind of casually had it on so where I could hear it in the background. And, like right as I tuned in was like within a pitch or 2 was the Massey line out, and then Lofton ended up grounding out to the second baseman. So we get to the bottom of the 6th inning, and Noah Cameron walks the first guy, and then strikeout, ground out, inning over. And hey, this man's about to take a no-no into the 7th. So then,
91, by the way, Brett Saberhagen. That's
1991. 35 years.
Not a great record.
It's been. Right? So then I'm kind of I'm in at that point. I see Isaac Collins hit the single. Rojas, nice little I guess you could call it a sack bunt. I guess that kind of got Collins over to second, and then Isaac Collins, a little bit of a base running faux pas, gets himself caught in a rundown. Bottom of the 7th. Here we go. What's happening? Noah Cameron immediately gives up a single, and I'm like, that sucks, but they leave him in there. He gets out of the 7th, and I'm thinking, well, he's still got a shot at a complete game shutout, so I've already got the TV on. I may as well just leave it on to the game. Bottom of the 8th inning, 1, 2, 3, ground out, strikeout. Noah Cameron's got a shutout through 8 innings of baseball. He's at 97 pitches, and this internal dialogue starts in my head. All right, what's going to happen here? I know he's at 97 pitches, and I know that the modern age of baseball today, they don't like guys getting over the century mark in pitches. They don't let them go. They don't let you continue after you hit that mark. But he's at 97 through 8 innings. This is a team that is nowhere near the playoff hunt. In my mind, I'm thinking, let the guy go out and try to get it. Let him go out there and try a complete game. He's given you no reason to believe that he can't do it. You know, he's given up one hit. He's got 2 or 3 walks in the game. Has anybody touched second base for the Twins in this ball game? The guy has got electric stuff right now. Let him go. Top of the 9th, things get a little bit interesting because you got the Isaac Collins single, and then you've got the Tolbert single. Rojas with the fielder's choice sort of a thing, but you're sitting there and you're like, okay, that's a little exciting there in the top of the 9th. Bottom of the 9th inning, the minute I saw Lucas Erceg on the bump, I'm like, it's over. Things are going to go so catastrophically bad right now. So what does he do? He gets the first 2 guys out. Great. That's fantastic. Then he hits the next guy. Then what happens? He gives up a single, and then he gets Josh Bell down 0-2. He's got 2 strikes on Josh Bell. Twins are down to their last strike of the ball game. 4 consecutive balls from Lucas Erceg, walks the bases loaded. Q comes out, and I'm thinking, okay, what's he going to do here? Daniel Lynch threw only 10 pitches last night. You just had a righty on the mound. You go to the lefty on the mound. Your best reliever, I don't care that it's back-to-back days. Go to your best arm. Nope. Matt Strahm, Mr. Giving Up Home Runs himself. Why don't you come up out of the pen? And then promptly gives up a grand slam walk-off to Cody Clemens. And I'm sitting there in my living room thinking, number 1, why did I do this to myself? And number 2, why did I defend Matt Quattrero as long as I did? Because I was a Matt Quattrero apologist for a very, very long time. Now, up until about 6 weeks ago, I would say, I was very in defense of Matt Quattrero. But that was a level of coaching malpractice that I had never before witnessed with my own 2 eyes the way that I did today.
But at this point, what makes it even more egregious is, right, you're trying to get something before the trade done, right? Why not? I mean, why? That's just very frustrating. You have some pieces that you want to maybe put on a pedestal and give the opportunity to show the rest of the league, like, look what they can do. Like, no, instead you keep your lefty on the bench and you put it made no sense, man. But again, you're setting yourself up for this because
I did.
If you could surmise the entirety of this season in a half an inning, this was exactly it. So, I mean, really, you have no one to blame but yourself for this, man.
You're right.
Why did you go into that with getting your hopes up?
Because I thought there was a possibility.
Way possible.
I thought there was a possibility that Noah Cameron might pitch a no-hitter. And based on what you told me, the last time it happened was Saberhagen in 1991. It would be the first one in my lifetime. I'm 28 years old, coming up on 29. Like, I've never seen it in a Royals uniform.
Why would you think it was going to happen?
I don't know. Season. Okay, because I was sitting at home with little to nothing to do. Okay, the dishes were done. I'd cleaned the kitty litter boxes. There was laundry running. I was trying to get the house ready because my niece and nephew were coming tonight. Like, I had done everything I needed to do. I had a couple of hours, so I threw it on the TV. And I promptly got kicked in the ass because of it.
Glutton for punishment.
You are the epitome of Royals fandom. They suck you out of watching, but you're so desperate for good baseball, you kind of get hooked, and then they just let you down. Yeah, I sort of felt like it sort of felt like the fan equivalent of I'm Charlie Brown and the Royals are Lucy with the football.
That football. That's correct.
That's what happened to me today.
Yep.
It sucked. I put 100% on the manager here, without question. Without question.
But does it even matter at this point in the season? Who cares? I mean,
I think he's got to go. I think everybody's got to go.
It's too late for that now. You're this deep in. If you were going to make that move, you needed to do that a month ago.
Yeah, I'm not saying...
At this point in the season, you're going to have to wait till the offseason to make any kind of change like that.
So you are of the belief that they may still fire him once the season is over?
Once the season is over, and I'm not even convinced that will be the case, especially considering what this team is on paper right now going to look like next year. I mean, what what kind of manager are you going to get coming into next year, not even knowing there's going to be baseball, right? Along with the fact that this roster is still going to be a hot mess regardless of what they do in this offseason. Like, let's be honest. So,
yeah, and we're going to talk about that for sure. We have some reports on what the Royals may do here over the course of the next 3 days. I mean, August 3rd is the trade deadline. It's coming up here on Monday. What are they going to do? The reports doesn't sound like a lot, which is extremely disappointing for many, many Royals fans. When Q made this, I'm just looking at the text, I got an 816. When Q made the decision to pull Cameron, you just knew. That's kind of how I felt. This is rock bottom.
Can it be rock bottom when you're?
Can the rock be even further down? I didn't.
It could get worse.
I didn't realize.
Get worse.
Is it? It's sort of.
I don't know that this is.
It's like a black hole. It's a cavern. it's a bottomless cavern at this point. There is no full. Like the bottom just keeps going further and further and further down. Ursig and Strom should have been DFA'd in May. I don't agree with that necessarily. That's the most frustrating part of this whole thing is that the bullpen collapse happened so fast. Like they had a top 5 bullpen in baseball last year with most of the same arms aside from Matt Strom, who had a sub-3 ERA out of the bullpen for the Phillies last year, and you brought him over, seemingly like it sounds like it sounded like the bullpen might be even better than it was. But Estevez goes down with the injury. His season was apparently done from the second game of the year.
Correct.
Strom seemingly lost about to Father Time during the offseason, and so did Lucas Ursig. I mean, like all of a sudden, those 3 guys who were all 3 like all-star caliber relievers last year, all 3 of them fully in the dumpster fire. I mean, just at the drop of a hat, it went from being possibly your best unit to, without question, your worst units. Their 9th blown save this year for the Kansas City Royals. And even that doesn't do this organization a ton of justice. The Kansas City Royals are 4th in Major League Baseball in save opportunities. They are 20th in Major League Baseball in saves.
Not a great stat.
No.
Nope.
You are top 5 in save opportunities and bottom third of the league in actual saves. Tells you everything you need to know about this bullpen. With an ERA quietly approaching 10 in the 9th inning of games this year. And for the second time in 3 days, you get walked off in the 9th inning because your bullpen couldn't do its job. And I sat there and watched the whole thing because I am today's biggest idiot. I'll give that award to myself because for some reason, I decided, hey, I'm going to turn it on. Why? If JJ and Q are here next year, I'm not watching past opening day. I don't know what's going to happen. I feel like it's much more likely that Q goes before JJ does.
Yep.
Because that just kind of feels like sports. I'm not saying that I want JJ to stay. I have said that I believe JJ is less to blame than Matt Quatrero. That's just my thinking. Might be unfounded.
I disagree.
I seem to be in the minority on that topic. Yep. But it always feels like in sports, the general manager fires the manager or the coach first and brings in somebody else, trying to pin the blame on them, make them the scapegoat before they ultimately lose their job. Feels like that might be what's going on here. To be emotional about the Royals means you must be less than 30 years old. I am. And I'm generally
that's
not.
A fair statement.
I am generally
honestly.
not emotional about the Royals.
The rest of us have been beaten down for so long. We had the couple years of a nice high World Series and such, and then it's back to...
It's my junior and senior year of high school.
Royals baseball.
Those are very formative years. And somehow I didn't become like an absolute diehard baseball fan in that era. Today frustrated the hell out of me. It really did.
Shouldn't have, but I understand.
Of all the things you could have done, you could have just kept Noah Cameron in and tried to see if he could go with the complete game shutout. Yeah, I know he's at 97 pitches. You're 17 games below 500. Who gives a damn? Okay, Daniel Lynch only threw 10 pitches yesterday. He's your best reliever. and I know the argument's going to be, well, Noah Cameron's a lefty, Daniel Lynch is a lefty. Did you really want to go lefty out of the pen when you got a left-handed starter? Again, I don't give a damn. He's your best reliever. Do you have a right-handed reliever with a sub-3 ERA, a sub-4 ERA outside of like Beck Way, who's been with the team for 6 weeks?
Well, and again, he's one of your potential trade pieces that you're trying to showcase. Why not throw him back out there? Makes no sense.
So we think, sounds to me like the Royals don't necessarily think that way when it comes to Daniel Lynch. We'll discuss that next here on After Hours. Logan Weber, Julio Sanchez, 913-586-7965 is our number here on your home for Kansas City Sports, 96.5, The Fan.
You're listening to After Hours on your home for Kansas City Sports, 96.5, The Fan.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance. And now we're customizing this rush hour ad to keep you calm, which could help your driving. And science says therapy is great for a healthy mindset. So enjoy this 14-second session on us. I think you've done everything right and absolutely nothing wrong. In fact, anything that hasn't gone your way could probably be blamed on your father not being emotionally available because his father wasn't emotionally available, and so on. And now that you're calm and healing, you're probably driving better too.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
It's the summer sales event at Robside Ford. Your chance to upgrade without the stress. Robside joins me now. Rob, what's the offer?
0% financing, $0 down, and 0 payments for 90 days on nearly the entire Ford lineup.
That's a serious summer deal.
Sure is. And unlike your brisket last weekend, these deals aren't dry.
Okay, that's fair. These savings are definitely juicy.
And we're backing it up with 2 years of complimentary maintenance, a non-commissioned sales team, and top trade-in values.
No pressure, no gimmicks at Robside Ford. The way car buying should be.
We're Kansas City's top-rated Ford dealer, 4.8 stars, nearly 3,000 Google reviews, and a better experience from start to finish.
So skip the smoke and the dry meat. This summer, start at Robside Ford.
135th and State Line or robsight.com. 0% financing, $0 down, 0 payments for 90 days, and 2 years of complimentary maintenance.
Robside Ford, buy right, drive happy. And next time, maybe stick to potato salad.
Men, erectile dysfunction can affect much more than just your sex life. It can create stress in relationships, leading to feelings of anxiety or embarrassment, and impact your overall confidence and well-being. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and we specialize in treating men's sexual health issues to help men find solutions that fit their individual needs. ED is a frustrating condition, and many men suffer for years without seeking treatment. But the good news is that if you're like most men, we have the answer. Our licensed medical providers will evaluate your specific medical situation and recommend a plan designed for you. And these advanced medical therapies work, with treatments having success rates of well over 90%, which means you and the one you love can have great sex again without the fear and worry of ED. You can even last up to an hour or more, and you may just find you're performing like you haven't in years. So call us. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com.
Miracle Treat Day is today at your participating DQ. Buy a Blizzard treat and $1 or more from each sale will be donated to local children's hospitals through Children's Miracle Network. Head to DQ today for Miracle Treat Day. It's the sweetest way to give back to our kids.
Hi, thanks for calling Uline.
Wait, did the phone even ring?
Nope.
Oh, okay, so you answered before the ring. But now you're going to put me on hold, right?
We don't do that here. We're real people answering the phone, ready to help with your order when you are.
Uline has thousands of quality products for your business and warehouse needs, always in stock, ready to ship same day, and backed by Uline's legendary 24/7 customer service. Uline, we warehouse for you.
You've got a big day, so you use Unstoppable scent boosters to give your laundry non-stop freshness. So no matter how long the day goes, you
can't stop this power, this walk, this pose, this strut, this look, this talk.
Your clothes will be so fresh you can confidently strut into that end of the day meeting like a
boss, 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 bosses. Let's talk business in my office.
Add new Unstoppables beads to your wash for 24-hour non-stop freshness so you can smell unstoppable.
Tonight, expect a chance of showers and thunderstorms with a low of 73.
Weather brought to you by Staples. It's the most wonderful time of the year at Staples. They've got back-to-school supplies as low as 25 cents, up to 40% off select tech and more at staples.com/back-to-school. Staples, that was easy.
Congratulations, Salvador Perez.
Swing and a ball well hit. Left field, way back and gone! He's done it! Salvador Perez, number 318 in his career. He's now the Royals franchise leader in home runs.
The Royals all-time home run leader plays right here on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5, The Fan.
Talking about the game today and the decision in the ninth inning to go away from Noah Cameron, which somebody in the text line said most managers would have pulled him, and you're probably right. But in that situation, it felt like he had earned the opportunity, if he wanted it, to go out and try to finish this game today. Most managers, are going to pull a guy after 8 innings and 97 pitches. But if that guy's throwing a complete game, as Cameron was today, it kind of throws a wrench into that thing. He said Q had no one else to go to. The other two pitched back-to-back, which is not true. Daniel Lynch had gone back-to-back. He threw 10 innings on, what would that have been, Tuesday? He threw 10 pitches yesterday. So, yes, he threw back-to-back days, but John Schreiber didn't pitch yesterday. So you could have gone back to him in a situation where you're winning. Said Q needs to let these guys get their confidence back in a down year. I don't think you're going to have much success trying to get Lucas Erceg and Matt Strom's confidence back. These two dudes have a combined 6.5 ERA. Yuck. Not going to work. We are currently playing for draft position. Why on earth would we pull him?
It's one way to look at it.
I guess that's one way to look at it.
One way.
But somebody in the text line when we were talking about this said the only justification for not throwing Daniel Lynch today, according to this person, is if the only justification they can make is if Lynch is traded tomorrow. Well, I have bad news for you.
More bad news?
Yes. I mean, that's all there is with the Royals, pretty much, Yeah, I mean, hey, let's all just remember that Jack Caglione hit a baseball a really long way today because that was cool. Outside of that, ignore everything else that happened because it will just make you sad. But in terms of more bad news when it comes to the Kansas City Royals, we are getting more and more reports about what's going to happen, what the thought process is, what the game plan is when it comes to the trade deadline for the boys in blue. Seth Lugo, Michael Wacha, Daniel Lynch. You're going to continue to be Royals. This is the sound that is what I'm hearing. Those are the sounds that are being made. Sounds like the Kansas City Royals are going to be very content with trading away what they are calling quote-unquote rental pieces. At least that's the way that it's being phrased in the reports. Guys like John Schreiber, by chance, Starling Marte, Lane Thomas. Those are guys that according to the reports, the Royals will be trying to quote-unquote offload, I guess you could say. Meanwhile, these guys that are on multi-year deals, guys that are under contract next season as well, it is extremely unlikely that they are going to be going anywhere else, which means that the Royals' biggest bargaining chips, their biggest trade value pieces, aren't going anywhere.
Yep. Not good.
No, and it's not like you're going to be able to trade another one of those guys, Chris Bubich, who technically he is on a 1-year deal. He is a rental at this point because he is not going to be with the team next year. No chance you can trade him.
You're not getting a bag of balls for that.
Nope. You're not even going to be able to moneyball that and flip it for money to fill your vending machines. If you've seen Moneyball, everybody knows the reference I'm referring to.
That's correct.
But yeah, no.
It's a bad season to have your priority trading pieces be under long-term contract, unfortunately, which I think a lot of people completely misread this market going into this trade deadline, and that, the potential that there will not be baseball had a bigger impact on this trade deadline than most thought would be the case. Sucks for the Royals.
Somebody in the text line is a Matt Quattro apologist. You're calling for Schreiber, and that makes you mad at Q. That is hysterical. I love how everybody knows who is available for Q. What?
I think they're basically saying, once he called Schreiber in, you should have known what was going to happen to begin with. But to your point, why throw him in there in a high leverage situation like that to begin with, knowing that was going to happen?
Asking for Q to go to John Schreiber in this game, that shouldn't make me mad at Q that he didn't. I mean, Schreiber's been the team's second best reliever all year. It hasn't been particularly close.
Not saying much.
No, it isn't. It isn't saying anything. Urseg was a very serviceable closer just 2 years ago. Yes, he was, and he was great last year. He has been abysmal since the season started. This isn't just like a 3-week slump that this guy's in. It's not just he had a bad month. He has had a bad year. He has struggled since April. This is not newly founded information. Okay, Matt Strahm didn't just suddenly fall apart. This guy it's felt like he's given up at least a home run in every game he's appeared in since May. I mean, this isn't just like this newfound experience that we're seeing. Well, it assumes that Schreiber was available. Maybe he wasn't available. Why wouldn't he have been available is what I'm asking. He didn't pitch yesterday. I understand the argument with Daniel Lynch because he was going through he pitched back-to-back days where he threw a total of 20 pitches, and it appears as if his arm would have fallen off if he pitched a third. John Schreiber didn't. He pitched on Tuesday. He didn't pitch yesterday. You needed a right-handed reliever in the 9th inning. But you went to Strahm and Urseg because they hadn't pitched the previous 2 days. Oh, lo and behold, because you were trying to win baseball games, and they're not helping you win baseball games. Breathe, Logan. So the Royals believe...
a little red.
Yeah. So the Royals believe they are one season away from being in a contender. We are screwed.
Wasn't that the feeling coming into this season? Right? That's what got us in trouble in the first place. No?
I didn't think this team was a contender. I thought this team could win 86 to 90 games.
I thought that was the high end.
I said 88 to 92 was actually what my
82.
I just thought that I thought that the division was going to be really bad, and for the most part it has been.
I was going to say, which it's not been great by any means.
No, I mean, right now the White Sox are in a rock fight to win this division. Couldn't have seen that one coming. Breaking news, the Royals roster stinks outside of Bobby Witt. And who else has been any good this year but okay, maybe Waka? I mean, I would argue that Jack Caglione and Carter Jensen have done really good things this year.
Yeah, just not been able to put things together.
Nope.
As a whole.
And hey, I know I'm putting a lot on the pitching, specifically the relief pitching for today, and rightfully so. But can we also discuss the fact that this team continues to just be historically awful with runners in scoring position? Like, I know they won yesterday 4-0. Dog, they were 1 for 12 with runners in scoring position and won 4-0. Today, they lose 4-3, 1 for 6 with runners in scoring position. Over the last 2 days, the Royals are 2 for 18 with runners on second or third.
You're saying this like you're surprised.
I'm not surprised. I'm just tired of it.
Okay, well, we're halfway through the baseball season, so.
What has changed with Strahm that they are lighting him up so much? I really don't know, but I can tell you what happened today. Strahm had Cody Clemens down 0-2 and then hung a slider in the middle of the strike zone, and it got peppered to right field. Buddy, it's 0-2. It's okay to put away. Just throw something away, man. Like, I know what he wanted to do. The slider started off too far inside. It didn't break outside the plate the way he was intending to, lefty. But my God, he just let it hang there, and Clemens promptly put it into the seats in right field. 913-586-7965 is our number. Somebody says, you're going to give yourself a heart attack over a season that's done. Lower the blood pressure and let it play out as it may. I'm going to take your advice there because I think that's the right idea.
You're awfully animated over this.
I'm on the verge of bursting an aneurysm through my skull right now. It's not good for my health.
I see the vein in your forehead.
Yeah,
that's correct.
It's not good for my health. You know what is good for my health? The fact that the football season is right there, right? You know, what we always tell ourselves every year about the Kansas City Royals, generally speaking, has always been like, just be competitive enough to get us to football season. Not the case this year. Instead, I'm having to sit here in the doldrums of being a Royals fan. But training camp has started. We had day 2 today. We've got some storylines and superlatives to talk about. So let's do that for the remainder of the hour when we come back here on After Hours. Logan Weber here with you, venting religiously alongside my producer tonight, trying to keep my blood pressure down. That's Julio Sanchez on your home for Kansas City Sports, 96.5, The Fan.
You're listening to After Hours on your home for Kansas City Sports, 96.5, The Fan.
What's up, guys? It's Drew. Look, let's be real for a second. When it comes to performance, good just isn't good enough, just like the teams that we cheer for, and that's exactly why Blue Chew raised the bar for you. Introducing Blue Chew Gold, the revolutionary 4-in-1 upgrade that targets both your brain and your body. Blue Chew Gold dissolves right under your tongue and starts working in as little as 15 minutes, so there's less waiting, more confidence, and a whole new level of readiness. And I've told you before, confidence is key. You know it the same as I do. Get started today at BlueChew.com and see why millions of men trust Blue Chew. Now, with a gold standard upgrade that's changing the game for good. It's not just about function anymore. It's about total performance, both physical and mental. They're turning bedroom performance into an Olympic sport, so go for gold. Make life easier by getting harder and discover your options at BlueChew.com. There's a special deal for you there. Get 10% off your first month of Blue Chew Gold with code KFNZ. That's promo code KFNZ. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety info.
Hey, it's Dusty Likens, and you know baseball's back. BetMGM, the official partner of Major League Baseball, is bringing the high heat all season long. All season long, you can log into the BetMGM app and receive top-tier promos that put you in the batter's box and up the excitement for America's pastime. Step up to the plate all season with Swing for the Fences, the free-to-play game where every swing could score you rewards. We're talking parlay boost tokens, odds boost tokens, same-game parlay boosts, and even bonus spins all season long. And the action doesn't stop there. Get more out of every at-bat and every inning with MLB same-game parlay boosts. Stack your picks and boost your potential payout. Plus, lock in bigger value with MLB odds boost tokens and MLB parlay boost tokens all season long. More boosts, more swings, more chances to win. Download the BetMGM app and step up to the plate today. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLERS. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 and older only. Missouri only. Existing customer offers subject to eligibility requirements. Please gamble responsibly.
The Royals and the See You in the Major Leagues Foundation are teaming up with Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas City to recognize outstanding high school sports coaches through the Blue KC Coaches with Character program. From April to September, we'll recognize 6 coaches as a Blue KC Coach with Character. Each honoree will receive a VIP package that includes tickets to a Royals game and more. Be part of honoring our high school coaches whose service is making Kansas City a better place to live, work, and play. Just go to bluekc.com/nominate coaches with character to nominate today.
Kansas City football fans, Dana Hughes here. Countdown to kickoff is officially on, so now is the time to stock the cooler with Yingling Flight. Whether you're headed to training camp, firing up the grill, or getting together with family and friends on game day, Yingling Flight is the perfect way to enjoy the football season. At just 95 calories and 2.6 grams of carbs, it's everything you want in a light beer. Yingling Flight, the next generation of light beer. DG Yingling & Son, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Enjoy responsibly.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
cool and crisp Modelo tastes good. But you know what tastes even better? That survived the evening rush Modelo. That post-12-hour shift Modelo. That fought for every rebound Modelo. That just clocked out on a Friday Modelo. That Modelo you earned is just better. That Modelo is the markable fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
All right, so we've gotten through the Royals suck part of the show tonight. Glad we could get that out of the way early. Let's talk about Chiefs training camp. Day 2 today. The full team going through individual workouts, through team drills 11 on 11, and we have a few storylines to talk about. We'll begin at right tackle, right? There's been a lot of discussion about that position group in particular throughout the offseason. The Chiefs, rather, decided to officially part ways with Juwan Taylor, much to the
enjoyment. Let's go ahead and say it.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's fine.
Much to the yay of the fan base is maybe the best way I can say it. I was trying to find a way to say unsurprised, but it just didn't make sense in that context. But they did decide, they kept Jalen Moore through the second year of his deal, and it seemed like there might be a competition at right tackle between Jalen Moore and Asa Pole, who came in spot snaps and starts last year with all the injuries that happened to that offensive line, namely with Josh Simmons and Juwan Taylor and Jalen Moore at different points, or at the same point in the year. But today, Khalil Benson, the undrafted free agent rookie out of Indiana, actually got the start with the ones at the beginning of practice today. And this, if you followed what the Chiefs have done this offseason, specifically after the draft and with the undrafted free agents that were brought in, this may not come as a huge surprise to you. And what I mean by that is that Andy Reid has spoken publicly to the media more than once about Khalil Benson. Unprompted, I might add. Like, he brought Khalil Benson's name up to the media of his own volition, which is not something that Andy Reid has typically done throughout his career. Like, yeah, bringing in rookies, maybe, obviously the first and second round draft picks, even mid to late round draft picks, not undrafted free agents. Like, that's not something that gets discussed by the head coach towards members of the media. But it's happened with Khalil Benson more than once this offseason, just since he was picked up in April. So he gets to run with the ones at the beginning of practice today at training camp, which I think is an incredibly notable thing. The fact that it was him and not Asa Pole, which I think, again, it just kind of gives even more credence to the fact that Andy Reid was talking about him earlier in the offseason. This isn't just, I'm just trying to drum up something for the media to talk about. Khalil Benson seems to be showing the coaching staff something that makes them feel like he could potentially be the Chiefs starter at right tackle. It shouldn't surprise people now if that happens. Will it happen? Remains to be seen. I still lean towards Jalen Moore is going to be the guy because you had him all year last year, and that first chance he got when he was healthy, he was really good. But then the injuries came, and it just sort of derailed his year. I don't know what to make of this, but at least in terms of the entirety of it. But the biggest takeaway I have is that Khalil Benson is getting an honest-to-God look with this coaching staff at right tackle.
I mean, it's an even bigger deal, the fact that, right, he's not even really an undrafted free agent, right? I mean, they just kind of brought him in as an extra body, and now here he is getting first-team reps. I don't think he'll start the season, though. For sure that's not going to be a thing. Midway through the season, could that change possibly? Yeah, but with where they're at with Patrick Mahomes in his rehab, I think they're going to go with the more sure bet, at least for now. I'm not sure that's something you want to play with right now, right? You go with the vet.
I would say
to start,
especially with what Mahomes is coming back on the heels of with the ACL tear. Give him somebody to kind of with some level of experience to lean on a little bit. Can Khalil Benson become the guy eventually?
Eventually, I mean, that's the feel I'm getting. Right?
Yeah, that's the way it sounds as of this point. If there's an undrafted free agent for this Chiefs team that I am more confident in, I would definitely say I'm a lot more confident in what Khalil Benson can provide to this team than I am Jeff Caldwell.
Correct.
And I know that's going to disappoint people. There's everybody in the text lines always talking. Again, he's the camp darling this year. Everybody's talking about, Jeff Caldwell, he had the same measurables as Calvin Johnson and went undrafted. I'm just saying, I'm just not buying it with the guy. One of the other interesting storylines for today at training camp was when the defense came out for the team drills today. Mansour Delane got the start at one corner spot again, which is to be expected, even with some of the injury concerns that are following him around right now. It was not Noel Williams at the other cornerback spot outside. It was L'Jarius Sneed. L'Jarius Sneed and Mansour Delane began the practice with the ones at outside corner. Chris Roland Wallace was in at nickel. And then when Noel Williams did rotate in with the ones for L'Jarius Sneed at that cornerback spot, he ended up sliding inside to the nickel. So that's a lot more of a look for L'Jarius Sneed than I was expecting during this train. I saw L'Jarius Sneed as sort of a veteran leader in the room, but not somebody who was going to generate a ton of snaps or production for this defense. And I'm not sure if that's a really good thing that Sneed's in there or a really bad thing.
Because if Noel Williams hasn't, taken that spot and secured it from a L'Jarius Sneed that's playing with a knee and a half, does that bode well, or are we just kind of just seeing how the pieces fit right now? For me, it's too early to tell, right?
That's a huge question.
Too early to tell.
And it just once again raises the thought of, so what is wrong with Noel Williams? Because everything we saw on the field last year was excellent, borderline spectacular.
Is it about Noel Williams though, or is it the fact that Spags? He really trusts his veteran players, and the fact that LJ is proven. Now he's had a rough couple years. His health hasn't been where it needs to be, but Spags has shown he knows how to handle that. And if he can just slide LJ in, it makes the defense that much better. Someone he can depend on that knows the system. I mean, you got to trust Spags at this point, right?
I guess. I mean, yes, I trust Steve Spagnuolo. Do I trust that he can continue to rely on these veteran retreads all the time? No. It didn't work last year.
He loves him some LJ, though. He loves him some LJ.
He does. And, I mean, they brought Derek Nottie back. They brought Mike Pennell back. How well did that work out for everybody involved?
Yeah, but I think those are different levels of players that you're like. The two you just brought up are not the same level in which LJ left at that point in time at his position.
Fair, but what happened once he got to Tennessee?
That's a different.
He was hurt. He never played.
But the ceiling is much higher potentially with him than some of those other vet players that they brought back.
913-586-7965. We got an 816 here. Says, maybe the coaches are just seeing what they've got from everyone in different spots. I hate the training camp overreactions.
Yeah.
Fair. I'm not trying to overreact. That's not what I just think it's very telling in day two that L'Jarius Sneed is out there with the ones alongside Mansour Delane and not Noel Williams and not Christian Fulton, not Jaden Kennedy or any of these other guys that they brought in. I thought that was a very interesting thing. And the fact that Khalil Benson was lining up with the starting offense today at training camp after Jalen Moore did yesterday, not Asa Pole. Not Jalen Moore the first 2 days because he's the presumptive starter, and not Asa Pole, the guy who had arguably the most experience at right tackle last year outside of Jalen Moore.
Yeah, but
on this team.
Let's see how this next practice goes, because it wouldn't surprise me if then
it's
now
Pole tomorrow.
They're just kind of trying to get a feel for things right now. I think you're taking a little bit more out of this being day 2 than I am.
That's fair. And maybe I am. I just, the storylines, I find them interesting.
We got to have stuff to talk about.
We do. Man. And we've got more to talk about. That's not the only storylines from training camp today. We'll get to more of that. Training camp day 2 of the Kansas City Chiefs. Next, here on After Hours, Logan Weber, Julio Sanchez, 96.5, The Fan.
You're listening to After Hours on your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5, The Fan.
Fanatics Sportsbook makes every baseball game day this season hit harder. Swing for the fences with long ball jackpots. Just pick the player who hits the longest homer of the day to win a share of $50K in fan cash. Every day brings a new shot to win. Customers also get baseball profit boosts every game day. And your bets earn you fan cash, win or lose. To spend on merch, tickets, exclusive experiences, and more. Go deep this baseball season and download Fanatics Sportsbook today for the best baseball betting experience each and every game day. Fanatics Sportsbook. Winning hits different here. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or 1-800-MyReset. CT call 888-789-7777. MA call 800-327-5050. NY call 877-8-HOPE-NY. MD visit mdgamblinghelp.org. Offer not available in all states. Terms apply. See Fanatics Sportsbook app.
And Doug. Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons, and lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen, and oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live, and you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Hi, I'm Carter.
And I'm Charlie. We'd like to share a quick story about a homeowner named Jack.
Jack had a home he needed to sell fast.
And Jack thought he had it all figured out.
So Jack talked to multiple cash buyers.
Jack chose the highest offer.
But the day before closing, guess what? The buyer backed out.
Leaving Jack with the moving truck all packed in the driveway and not sure what to do.
Jack learned the hard way that the highest offer isn't always the right offer.
Jack got suckered.
Make sure you aren't hung out to dry.
Call our dad at Rex Buys KC.
Our dad is local, he knows Kansas City, and he actually closes deals.
No repairs, no fees, no showings, no surprises.
Just a fair cash offer and a smooth process.
Now, don't be like Jack.
Call 816-330-6000 or visit rexbuyskc.com.
Rex Buys KC, helping people make smart choices one home at a time.
Hi, I'm Mitch Holtis, voice of the Chiefs. Be a part of history by attending Chiefs training camp in St. Joseph, Missouri this summer. See the Chiefs and make a St. Joe memory. Whether it's touring one of the many museums, staying in a historic home turned bed and breakfast, experiencing quality dining and brewery options, hitting the River Bluff bike trails, or supporting a vibrant art scene, St. Joseph has something for everyone. Go to stjomo.com to view or download a free visitor guide and plan your trip. Produced in cooperation with Visit Missouri.
Jake from State Farm. I'm winning. I finally cleaned my house, so I'm breaking out my new tropical room spray.
Keep winning and create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. It's like your own personal paradise.
Ooh, hey, grab me a coconut water.
Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Spreadsheets, clunky software, 100 different logins just to run your business? Ah.
There's a better way. Odoo. One simple, connected platform that handles sales, inventory, accounting, and more. so you can focus on growing, not juggling. Make the switch today at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Storylines from day 2 of Chiefs training camp up in St. Joseph, Missouri. As a Northwest Missouri State grad, I have to say I'm so sorry to Chiefs Kingdom for having to experience that. All they had to do was go 40 minutes further north, and they're in a much better spot.
It's unnecessary.
I have to tell you, I'm a Northwest Missouri State grad.
You didn't have to.
I'm a Bearcat.
Okay.
I cannot show any love to the Missouri Western State Griffins. I can't do it. Sorry, it's in my nature.
Whatever happens on this text line is your fault.
It's the way it goes sometimes.
Yeah.
We talked about L'Jarius Sneed. He began practice today with the ones opposite of Mansour Delane. Khalil Benson started today at right tackle with the ones. A couple of other storylines. I didn't get any confirmation one way or the other if R. Mason Thomas and Peter Woods started with the ones, the starting group on defense today, but I did get a lot of reports today, some confirmation that those two guys practiced with the starters quite a bit. So whether they started or rotated in, they were going a lot with the number one defense throughout the course of the day-to-day, which I find that to be exciting. I think
that's one way to take it. That's one way to take it.
I'm trying to be an optimist, Julio. You've accused me of
It's true. We're switching roles.
You've been my better angel a little bit at times, claiming that I'm far too negative at certain points. So I'm trying to be more positive, not so much when it comes to the Royals, but with the Chiefs. I really do believe a lot in Peter Woods as a player. He was a guy that, and I mean, we've talked about this ad nauseum. I wanted the Chiefs to take him at 9. I thought he was that talented a player. I think he's a top 10 pick in this draft. I still believe that. The fact that they got him at 29 feels like a steal and a half. And R. Mason Thomas, a guy I was less familiar with going in, but after the Chiefs drafted him and I watched his tape, maybe through rose-colored glasses, I don't know, the speed, the quickness off the ball that he exhibits is unlike anything the Chiefs defensive line has had in recent years, like probably since the day Frank Clark left. They haven't had that guy that just had a quick first step, great bend, and could just beat guys off the line. The fact that those two are getting a lot of run with the starting group right now, I find that extremely exciting. I would love a starting front four if those guys really pan out the way that I hope they will. A starting defensive line consisting of Karlaftis, R. Mason Thomas, Karlaftis, Peter Woods, Chris Jones, and R. Mason Thomas going from left defensive end to right defensive end. That might be the four most talented guys you have along your defensive line. And then you can look at an Omar Norman-Lott coming off of the PUP list as more of a depth piece. Kairos Tonga, a guy you can put in obvious run situations as a gap eater. You have Ashton Gelati in as a guy that can set the edge, maybe spot George Karlaftis some snaps, because I feel like those two guys are very similar players. And yeah, maybe run for R. Mason Thomas a little bit on the opposite edge if you need him to. But I think those four guys, if those four as the starters, I think that's the top four defensive linemen that you have in your organization.
So that's one side of the coin. I'll take the negative Nancy moniker tonight. I mean, why not? I'm playing devil's advocate. And on the other side of this coin is are they getting these first team reps because they've earned it and they're just that talented, or is it because there's not much veteran depth on that side of the ball? In the trenches, and they're playing them first team snaps out of necessity because they just have no one else to go to? That's the other side of it.
It's sort
Take
of
it for what you. I'm hoping you're right and I'm wrong. That's my hope, but
it feels like it's got to go one of those two ways.
Correct.
Because the history for the Kansas City Chiefs and Andy Reid and Steve Spagnuolo would tell you that they don't generally play rookies. Not on offense, not on defense, unless
it's been out of necessity.
Right, unless it's been out of necessity, or they're a high draft pick and they're a surefire, sort of a player. Trent McDuffie started right off the bat. Xavier Worthy, he was a starter right off the bat. He ended up becoming much more of a contributor out of necessity, but I just think that. I have a lot of belief in who those guys are, and I have a lot of belief in the fact that, generally speaking, the Kansas City Chiefs have done a much better job drafting defensively than they have offensively.
I'd agree with that.
The problem is their biggest...
But they've also been using more premium picks for the defensive side of the ball versus the offensive side.
And those three guys, Mansour Delane, Peter Woods, and R. Mason Thomas, those are all three premium selections. All three of them in the top 40. I have to believe in who those guys can be and who Steve Spagnuolo can help turn those guys into. Peter Woods, though, I have no doubt that he can be that guy next to Chris Jones on this defensive line. And if he is as good as I believe he is, the conversation no longer becomes Chris Jones and Peter Woods running the interior of your defensive line. With that massive out that Chris Jones has in his contract looming at the end of this upcoming season, if Peter Woods goes out and has a great year, 6.5, 7.5, 8.5 sack kind of a year, double-digit TFLs, all those sorts of things, all of a sudden it becomes, can Peter Woods become the running mate for Chris Jones? The conversation then becomes, is Peter Woods the heir apparent to Chris Jones? Is he the guy that's going to lead the interior going into year 2? I think that can definitely happen. I wouldn't bet against it, is what I'm saying. 913-586-7965 is our number. We've got more to talk about, a few other Chiefs storylines to get to, some surrounding training camp, others about the future of the organization or maybe the future home of the organization. But Colin Cowherd is being suspiciously horny on the timeline right now, and I kind of want to talk about it because it's bizarre. I'm telling you guys, it's weird.
I like it.
Okay? We'll talk about that next. 913-586-7965, our number. Logan Weber, Julio Sanchez here. After Hours, 96.5, The Fan.
You're listening to After Hours on your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5, The Fan.
America is turning 250 this year, and Circus Sports is celebrating by offering all users in Missouri $250. Dane Hughes here, and for everyone in Missouri, all you have to do is deposit $250 on your Circus Sports app. Then play through that deposit. Once you do, Circus Sports will reward you with $250 right in your account. This is available for everyone in Missouri, new and existing users. Celebrate 250 years and find out more at circusports.com today. Must be 21 or older in Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
What do parents think of back to school at Staples, where 24-pack Crayola crayons are just 50 cents?
Staples has folders, notebooks, and pens at great prices.
I'm smiling from ear to ear.
It's the most wonderful time.
Mom, I missed the bus of the year.
It's a wonderful time at Staples, where school supplies start at just 25 cents. Staples.
That was easy.
Visit your local Staples today or shop online and in the app. Ends 9/12. Exclusions apply.
I move mountains for a living. Literally. That means I don't carry hand lotion, and when it comes to serious heartburn, I don't mess around with anything but Rolaids Max Strength. Its dual-active formula has 1,500 milligrams of calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide that relieves heartburn fast. And the best part? The roll fits right here in my pocket, so I can get back to moving mountains.
Rolaids spells powerful relief.
1,500 milligrams is our highest amount of antacid per tablet. Read each label. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
And Doug.
Hot dog! Get your hot dog!
Customize and save with Liberty Mutual.
Hey, what are you doing?
I like your method. Direct. To the point. A little loud, but...
Listen, people don't buy car insurance the same way they do hot dogs.
Not yet, but both are customizable.
Popcorn! Get your popcorn!
Hey, this is a hot dog area.
And customize and save area. Get a quote at libertymutual.com or with your local agent.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
It's the summer sales event at Robside Ford. Your chance to upgrade without the stress. Robside joins me now. Rob, what's the offer?
0% financing, $0 down, and 0 payments for 90 days on nearly the entire Ford lineup.
That's a serious summer deal.
Sure is. And unlike your brisket last weekend, these deals aren't dry.
Okay, that's fair. These savings are definitely juicy.
And we're backing it up with 2 years of complimentary maintenance, a non-commissioned sales team, and top trade-in values.
No pressure, no gimmicks at Robside Ford. The way car buying should be.
We're Kansas City's top-rated Ford dealer, 4.8 stars, nearly 3,000 Google reviews, and a better experience from start to finish.
So skip the smoke and the dry meat. This summer, start at Robside Ford.
135th and State Line or robsighc.com. 0% financing, $0 down, 0 payments for 90 days, and 2 years of complimentary maintenance.
Robside Ford, buy right, drive happy. And next time, maybe stick to potato salad.
Onyx, I keep having stomach issues. Please make me a doctor's appointment.
Okay, are you suffering from diarrhea, bloating, gas, or oily stools? If so, you may want to ask your doctor if it could actually be a problem with your pancreas, called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI.
My pancreas? How is EPI treated?
A prescription medicine like Creon, pancrelipase, is used to treat people who can't digest food normally because their pancreas doesn't make enough enzymes. Creon is the #1 prescribed treatment for EPI.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you are allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules, as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon. You can learn more at 1-800-633-9110.
Before your appointment, visit creoninfo.com. That's CREON info.com.
This is your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan, KFNC FM and AM HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, an Odyssey Sports Station.
EA Sports has officially come out with their player ratings for Madden 27. And folks, Patrick Mahomes is not the highest rated Chief.
Enlighten us, please.
That title belongs to Creed Humphrey.
All right.
Who is a 95 overall.
That's it, huh?
Patrick Mahomes is second on the team with a 93.
Whew. I don't know. I think that's fair. You know, from what we saw on the field last year.
I think dropping him to like a 95, 96.
Yeah, that's probably a little more accurate. I thought
this guy was MVP 2 years ago.
Yeah. I mean, if it's just based off of last year's play, you know, I thought Creed would have been closer to maybe even a 99, but, you know.
I shouldn't say that Patrick Mahomes is the third highest rated Chief player. Creed Humphrey, first, 95. Chris Jones is a 94.
I'm not sure I agree with that one.
Pat's a 93. Travis Kelce is a 91.
That might be a little high for him.
Trey Smith is also a 91.
All right.
Kenneth Walker is a 90.
Okay.
KW9 is a 90 overall. Drew Tranquil is an 89.
That might be... I am a big Drew Tranquil fan, but that might be reaching a little. Yeah.
Yeah, he comes in on the top 10 rated linebackers list in Madden 27. Not Nick Bolton, Drew Tranquil.
Okay.
I would rate Leo Chenal higher than Drew Tranquil.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but
I think Drew Tranquil's.
Yeah.
I think that Leo Chenal is an absolute dog. I think he could be a Pro Bowl,
I think he
All-Pro
was underrated.
type dude
I
with the
agree.
Commanders. If he finally gets his just due and gets his fair share of the snap count, the
in
guy's
a
an
system
athletic
that
freak.
he fits a little bit better in. Agreed.
Some of the rookie ratings, they don't have the whole team listed on EA right now. I just saw a tweet that had some of the ratings come out, so I went to EA.com and looked at the team's ratings. I'm not seeing a rating as of right now for guys like Nick Bolton or for a chunk of the offensive line, the Josh Simmons or Kingsley Suamataia specifically. But taking a look at the rookies, they have their ratings out. Mansour Delane is a 79 overall. R. Mason Thomas is a 77. Peter Woods is a 76.
Interesting.
Jaden Kennedy is a 73. Cyrus Allen is a 70. I think he's got a chance to be kind of good. I buy way more into him than I do Josh Caldwell or Jeff Caldwell or
100%.
any of the other, lower tier wide receivers on this organization. Emmett Johnson's a 68. Jeff Caldwell, they gave him a 67 rating,
which seems a bit high for.
He's got 95 speed,
Okay.
so
yeah, I guess
if you want to throw him in there in your franchise and try to build him up into something, I guess you could give it a shot. Garrett Nussmeier is a 63. That's kind of what I got so far. That one kind of surprised me. All right. I teased this before we went to break that Colin Cowherd is actively horny on the timeline right now. It's a weird one to see from Colin Cowherd. He tweets out, Donna Mills reportedly joined OnlyFans. For any man over 50, I'm just going to keep this to myself. First things first, Colin, you didn't. You didn't keep it to yourself. You actively posted it on Twitter.
That's correct.
Somebody in the text line is going to say it's not Twitter, it's X. I know it's coming in the text line. No, it's not. Stop. I refuse to acknowledge that. It's going to be Twitter forever.
I'm with
Sorry.
you, brother.
Colin, you're actively tweeting about some woman joining OnlyFans, saying that you're going to keep it to yourself while tweeting it. You obviously didn't keep it to yourself. Things get even stranger from there. Okay, for those who don't know, myself included, who Donna Mills is.
I was going to say, how many people out there actually know who Donna Mills is? Because
she was apparently she rose to fame as Abby Cunningham on Knots Landing, which was a sitcom that ran in the 80s, literally the entirety of the 80s, 1980 to 1989. This woman is 85 years old.
Who's signing up for that? People like him who are, when he was a kid growing up, that was one of his first TV loves. That's what it is.
See, but here's the thing. For folks like Colin, for Colin Cowherd and for people like Colin Cowherd who may subscribe to this woman's OnlyFans with the premise, with the thought that there might be some adult content on there, let's just say. It appears there won't be.
Okay,
she announced that she is joining OnlyFans to foster a, quote, more personal and direct connection with her fans. She plans to share everyday moments, behind-the-scenes content on her own terms. The decision follows a viral Instagram video in April of this year where she claimed that she was being age-shamed by critics, aligning with her a growing trend of mainstream celebrities that are using the subscription platform for non-adult content. So in April, she said that, there's a lot of people that are joining OnlyFans to do not adult content, not explicit content sort of things. Seems like she may be along the same lines, but apparently Colin did not read the entire report. He just saw that this 85-year-old woman
just got really excited
that he watched on a sitcom in the 80s or a soap opera in the 80s is joining OnlyFans, and he got unnecessarily horny for everybody's Twitter feeds to now appreciate.
Horny. Not sports horny.
No. Colin.
Hey, look, he normally doesn't do those types of things, so good for him for letting us in,
Somebody says
peek behind the curtain.
Somebody like the comments of this are hysterical. Why is Colin weirdly horny at 2 p.m. on a Thursday?
I mean, horny is horny, right? I don't know that there's.
It's a Simpsons clip of two people arresting the clown, Krusty the Clown, and it just says "horny police."
Look, I mean, for her age, I'm not going to lie. She's
and for the people in the comments that are like, this can't be the real Colin Cowherd. Nah, 1.5 million followers. It is most assuredly the actual Colin Cowherd. Talking about an 85-year-old woman joining OnlyFans.
Look, we all have our vices. There's some people like to wear shoes all the time. Some people like older women. Just to each their own. Someone's going to pay for that content. It's
going to happen.
There are individuals that will be paying.
Yep. She will make money.
His demographic.
How much money she'll make, that remains to be seen. But somebody will be paying for that. Yeah. Somebody in the text line just said the same thing. That's as bad as wearing shoes during sex.
See, look, I didn't go quite that far, but someone said it. I didn't.
Somebody in the text line earlier said, I hate this Royals bullpen as much as JT hates feet.
And I'm not a feet guy either, but
no.
Come on.
No.
Yeah, come on.
Oh, dude, some of these are hilarious. I couldn't believe that. I hate this bullpen like JT Noah hates feet. Yeah, that came from Lance in the text line earlier.
That's some real hatred. Some deep-seated hatred.
Bad, but shouts out to JT for owning it,
Yeah, we talked about that. Like him and his fiance.
Yeah, his fiance came on Cody and Gold today.
Phenomenal interview. She really laid it all out, and she owned it for him without taking his side, by the way. So good for her.
Good for her.
Yeah, more power to her. You know?
Yeah.
Good for him for owning up. Look, I think those of us that have been doing this for a while, we pride ourselves on letting people into our personal lives as well. So people get to know us. They get to, know our personalities and who we are and what we're about. But some things you just probably, you don't need to expose for everyone to see or hear.
Yeah, yes. Some things the FBI couldn't get out of me on this in front of this microphone.
Just me. Good for him for being open.
Hey, is what it is. And now hopefully this is now the thing around the station. For a long time.
The biggest buzz around this station in a while.
Yeah. For a long time, it was that I left food in the studio.
Yeah, you did.
I left food in the studio once. Another time, I left my trash in the studio, and my trash had remnants of onion smell. So I really only left food in here once, but it was the talk of the station. I was woken up one day. Like I had a late night, so I was still asleep. It's like 10:15. My phone's ringing. I wake up to my phone ringing. It's Drew. Hey, can we bring you on the show really quick for a little interview, talk to you about something? I'm like, yeah, sure. I didn't think anything of it.
Wait, so you got blindsided walking into that?
I had no
call?
idea it was go
No
idea.
Go back and listen to this.
And they're like, hey, did you leave food in the, literally off the bat? It was like
just aggressive
interrogation room. Yeah. The flashlight is directly in my, hey, did you leave food in the studio
pointing
again?
At you.
I'm like, I absolutely did not leave food in the studio. I had a burger from Culver's. It had onions on it. I ate the entire burger and I threw the box away in the studio. I should have done that. Hindsight being 2020.
Have you done it
since?
And
I haven't done it since.
That's right. You've learned your lesson. See? They shamed you into learning your lesson.
Apparently, a little while ago, somebody left a sandwich in the little kitchen area over there where the microwave is here at our studio.
Okay.
Everybody was accusing me.
By default.
Nobody even asked. They just assumed it was me. And everybody's like, that was you that left the sandwich in there. I'm like, no, I've never even eaten over there. I'll go microwave something and then bring it into the bullpen. No, that was not me.
Sure, Jan.
Hopefully that takes a little bit of the heat off me. Now it's that JT leaves his shoes on during.
At all times.
Is it because JT hates feet, or does he just need more traction for the action? It's a question you're going to have to ask JT.
It's a solid question.
That is something that you're going to have to take up with our good friend JT Noah.
They should have asked him, does he just not like his feet, or does he just not like all feet? Because if he's only wearing, those people that don't like feet, I include myself. I'm not a big foot person.
I'm the same way. I cannot stand feet.
Yes, but it's for other people. I wear flip flops. I don't care. My feet are my feet. It sounds like he has a problem with his own feet.
I don't even like my own feet.
No?
No. I am similar to JT in that way of like, I do not like feet in any capacity whatsoever. But that is a level that I have never thought to reach.
So never have you ripped a toenail off with your teeth at any point?
God, no.
Oh, okay. I was just checking.
I'm sorry, man.
Okay.
Give me the fingernail and the toenail clippers. That is as close to my own feet or anybody else's as I'll ever get. You want a foot massage? It's not happening.
Your own wife?
No.
Okay.
Oh,
all right.
I love
you're
my wife to
up
death,
another
man,
box
but
here
it's not happening.
because that is not acceptable.
I
You
can't
can hate
do it.
everyone else's feet, but your wife has to be a different story. It has to be.
No.
All right.
Won't do
We're
it.
getting to the JT level of things here.
Won't do it. I'm sorry. I just
Your poor
feet
wife.
weird me out.
My gosh.
It's fine.
Feet weird me out too, but look, we all do sometimes, especially in relationships, things we don't want to do. That
I do
includes
lots of things I
touching
don't
your
wanna
wife's sweaty feet.
Sweaty? Why do they? Now you got to throw that into there?
I mean, I'm just saying.
If they're sweaty, I'm sure as hell not touching them. Sorry. It's just the way it goes sometimes. 913-586-7965 is our number. We talked about Colin Cowherd being horny, and all of a sudden we got on the subject of JT's thing, and now
you're the subject of
now
attention.
I'm talking
That's
about feet. Great. Awesome. Not how I thought that was going to go. 913-586-7965 is our number. We've got more Chiefs to get to, including some other storylines from training camp and something about the future home of the Kansas City Chiefs and maybe some negotiations that are going on right now. We'll discuss that next here on After Hours. 913-586-7965 is our number. Logan Weber, Julio Sanchez, 96.5, The Fan.
You're listening to After Hours on your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5, The Fan.
Man, I should not have tried to handle this car wreck stuff myself.
Why?
Insurance keeps calling. I gotta find a body shop, rental car, doctor's appointments. Now they're asking for a bunch of other things.
Dude, why are you trying to do this yourself?
Call the Car Crash Kings.
That's literally what they do. You worry about getting better. They deal with the insurance, the paperwork, the calls, all of it.
Hurt in a car wreck? Don't do it yourself. Call the Car Crash Kings. It's what we do.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely from advertisements.
Score big with the DQ $7 meal deal. Crispy chicken strips, hot fries, a refreshing drink, and a tasty sundae. All for just $7. It's so much delicious food, you'll bring home the win every time. And keep on winning when you upgrade to a small Blizzard treat for just $2 more. Like the limited time Biscoff Cookie Blizzard treat. The $7 meal deal with a $2 small Blizzard upgrade for the win. DQ. Happy tastes good. Participation may vary.
Bubba Wallace here from 2311 Racing. On the track, my car's look is everything. But today, I'm talking about more than just paint schemes. I'm talking about my favorite games at Chumba Casino. Check out exclusives like Stampede Fury and my own King Croc Fury. It's just as wild as my car look in Texas. With over 200 games and new ones weekly, play for free at ChumbaCasino.com. Let's Chumba.
Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Progressive knows that boat days can come with unexpected problems.
It's been a tough Saturday on the lake. I ordered swim trunks in this orange cream color, but it's actually more orange auburn. Oh, and it's swimwear. I probably can't even return these.
If a real problem comes along, your boat's protected 24/7 with Progressive, so you can keep worrying about boater problems. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in D.C.
Hey, it's almost Andy Reid. Don't let garage door problems sideline your summer plans. Renner Garage Door is ready to tackle repairs, tune-ups, and replacements. Get your free repair or replacement quote today, plus $100 off a new garage door. Featuring trusted brands like Yeldon, A-Bar, and LiftMaster, Renner delivers the quality, reliability, and performance your home can count on. RennerDoor.com forward and back.
RENNER, RENNER.
Men, if your energy is down, your workouts aren't producing results, you're gaining stubborn weight, losing muscle, sleeping poorly, or just not feeling like yourself anymore, it may be more than just aging. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health. Our low T and body composition treatments are designed to help men regain energy, improve focus, sleep better, build lean muscle, reduce unwanted fat, and restore confidence both in and out of the gym. At Heartland Men's Health, we specialize in helping men optimize their health, performance, and vitality. Using personalized medical treatments tailored to your health and goals, many men begin noticing improvements in energy, mental clarity, recovery, motivation, libido, and overall body composition within just a few weeks. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work, PSA and T-test, and a medical consult. And if you start on treatment the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com. We have 3 offices: Overland Park, Independence, and North Kansas City.
Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
You work hard, you pay your bills, but with credit cards, higher gas and grocery prices, you're making the payments, but not getting ahead. This is James Hawkins, president of Golden Oak Lending. Golden Oak can help you refinance, consolidate bills, and free up monthly cash flow. Call today for a free mortgage checkup. There's never a charge to talk with us.
Golden Oak Lending cured my blues.
NMLS 114937. Call 913-890-GOLD.
Chiefs Kingdom. It's hot as hell, which can only mean one thing. We're putting Cody and Gold in an outdoor tent. No water, no more snow cones. But you get to listen from an air-conditioned car or the comfort of your office. Cody and Gold are live from the practice field at Chiefs training camp all summer long. Real-time updates and one-on-one player interviews. This is your home for Chiefs football. 96.5, The Fan.
Phenomenal song. Phenomenal movie. Shout out Kevin Bacon.
What's the name of that movie?
That's Footloose, man.
Oh, yeah. You know? Just let loose the feet.
Easy
you
peasy.
know? You're welcome.
Footloose.
See what I did there?
Hey. Fun story for you.
Uh-oh. Where are we going with this?
My wife prefers the remake.
Okay. Yeah.
She does. I don't know why. She likes the 2011 version. Like Julianne Hough, I think, plays like the lead female. And Miles Teller is in it. Dennis Quaid plays like the dad, the preacher who won't let anybody in town dance.
Yeah, different generation. Yeah. Some things don't age that well, you know. Just
she likes that one.
All right.
There it goes.
No one said she had great taste. I mean,
it's true. Look who she married.
You said it. I didn't.
I can be self-deprecating when I want to be.
I like it.
I like beating. Sometimes it's fun to just beat people to the punch. You say it so that they can't. Yeah,
that's correct.
You can't take yourself too seriously.
That's right.
Talking about Kansas City Chiefs football, this one not necessarily football related, but it is related to the organization itself. Earlier this week, I think it might have actually been yesterday afternoon, Mark Donovan, speaking with the media in St. Joe, he talked about the future of the team, where with the new stadium location in KCK, what are some future things that they could do? You know, not necessarily the Chiefs themselves per se, but for the new location, the new stadium. And Donovan confirmed yesterday that the Kansas City Chiefs are in talks with the National Football League to host a Super Bowl at their new stadium in KCK. Now, of course, that couldn't happen until 2031 at the earliest. It may end up being a little bit later than that. Right now, the NFL has their Super Bowls scheduled through 2030. This year, it's going to be at SoFi again in Inglewood, California. In 2028, it's going to be at Mercedes-Benz in Atlanta. 2029, it's at Allegiant Stadium in Vegas. And in 2030, they're going to Nashville, Nissan Stadium. So again, this is something that shouldn't come as a huge shock to anyone, This has been long reported on. This was a huge part of why they were making such a push for a new stadium or for stadium improvements and all the different things, the retractable roof or just a permanent domed structure. It felt like they were doing this under with the thinking of, we're going to try to get some major national worldwide sporting events to come to Kansas City more regularly. You know, Kansas City showed that they could handle the foot traffic and the publicity after what we all saw with the World Cup, which can only help the situation. On top of talking about the negotiation for a Super Bowl, Mark Donovan also confirmed with us yesterday that last week members of the Chiefs organization met with organizers of the NCAA tournament to discuss the possibility of hosting a Final Four. Doesn't specify if that's a men's Final Four, women's Final Four. To be honest, it doesn't matter. They could probably do both at different points. He has described the efforts as very preliminary. Those were his exact words, but that the club is being aggressive in pursuing those opportunities. But we all got to keep in mind, as these stories begin to come out, we are excited about the possibilities with this. It won't happen until at least 2031. We're still a half decade away from these things possibly coming to fruition. I think the question that I have is, yeah, I fully buy that they're going to be able to get a Super Bowl in Kansas City at the new stadium, that they're going to be able to get a Final Four at the new stadium. The question I have is, can you do it regularly? Like, can you host a Super Bowl once every 10 to 15 years? Can you host the Final Four on a rotational basis? Because that's how the NCAA typically works, is they usually rotate through the same 4 or 5 locations most often. Houston, Atlanta, it kind of flows through those kinds of areas most often. Can this new stadium allow for Kansas City or for the Chiefs or whoever to get themselves into the bidding to be in a regular rotation? I think it's much more possible with the Final Four to get that on a consistent basis. Maybe not every 4 or 5 years, but every 6 to 8 years.
Once every 10 years
right.
or something like that, yeah.
The Super Bowl, though, that's going to be a tough ask. Because not only are you competing with all of the other organizations who have a domed stadium, now that, you've got Chicago's getting ready to build their new stadium, which will be a dome. You've got Indianapolis, Detroit, all these other places that are north, in the northern part of the country. You've still got that entire south quadrant of the country that can host a Super Bowl whether or not they have a dome, whether or not they have perfect weather conditions. Miami can host a Super Bowl because it's in Florida. The weather's not going to be bad. There's no risk of that. Same thing with, and then most of these stadiums in the southern part of the country do have a dome to begin with. Allegiant with Vegas is a dome stadium. SoFi has a dome. Jerry World in Arlington with the Cowboys, that's a dome stadium. NRG with Houston is a dome stadium. Mercedes-Benz in Atlanta is a dome. So it's not as if this is going to be an easy thing for Kansas City to get itself into the bidding for. Not to mention, we got to sit here and think about the fact that, again, it's not going to happen until 2031 at the earliest. And at a certain point, 2031, you're thinking about, it's going to be Mahomes' age 36 season. How much longer is the home that Mahomes
Don't you bring
built?
that nonsense over here. He's going to be the next Tom Brady. It's fine. He'll play into his 40s.
Okay.
And play well.
Okay.
Don't.
I'm just asking.
Reversing roles tonight, and here you are back.
I'm not being negative.
Falling back into your old ways.
I'm not being negative, Julio. I'm being realistic. All right. We've heard Mahomes say before that he would like to get out of football and enjoy his children. I'm kind of hearkening back to that a little bit as something that, by the time he's 5 years from now, as he's 35 going into age 36 in that year, he's going to have
5 more Super Bowls, then feel free to retire. But until then.
Yeah, I want Mahomes to play till he's 50 if he wants to. I don't care.
He's going to keep winning. I'm all for it.
I'm just saying, it's not a foregone conclusion. You can't just put Mahomes is going to play into his 40s in your back pocket like it's a given.
I already did. That's fine.
Okay. All right.
Back on the Super Bowl topic, I do think, we'll most definitely get one with the new stadium, right? I think the Chiefs they've ate a lot of crow when it comes to the NFL experimenting, especially things with like overseas and manipulation of the schedule. The Chiefs have really kind of given in to and lending where they're at power structure wise in the sport. All these Super Bowls, Mahomes being the face of the league, that kind of thing. They've really bent over backwards for the league. The league will, I think, reward them with at least one Super Bowl. I think one thing that falls in our favor, right, is the World Cup. We've proven now we can take a high volume kind of entertainment venue of some guy. We have the infrastructure to support Super Bowls here. We proved it with the World Cup, and we did well. By all accounts, we were one of the best host cities in all of the World Cup. So I think that bodes well for us. Those are the types of things that we have to take on, even if it costs money, to bring other things like more Super Bowls.
I would say without question, we were the best host city for the World Cup.
I would agree.
And I feel like the reports from across the country kind of confirm that. I don't feel like, in my view, that's us being biased or being Kansas City homers. Every single match, seemingly, of the World Cup, when the ratings came out, the Kansas City was the number one market in the United States for every soccer game in the World Cup. The United States men's national team, to be specific. Every team that had base camp here in Kansas City raved about it. Everybody that came from across the country, across the world, to experience the World Cup in Kansas City had glowing reviews to tell the people about.
Multiple reports of people going to other host cities, doing their stuff like Fan Fest, and not even comparable.
Yeah, walking away extremely disappointed after what they experienced in Kansas City. Or vice versa. They went somewhere else first and then came to Kansas City and were blown away by the atmosphere, and it completely blew away the previous stop completely out of the water. 913-586-7965 is our number. We're going to get away from Chiefs and Royals here for just a moment. We've talked a lot about the Chiefs. The NFL season is quickly approaching here, but hey, everyone, did we all realize that college football is only 30 days away? I know. I love the NFL as much as the next guy. Being here in Kansas City and having the Chiefs, I get it. But I have to admit, I am a little bit more of a college football guy than I am even an NFL guy. The fact that we're a month, T-minus 1 month from the start of the college football season's got me really, really excited. I want to talk some national storylines, national hot takes, and then we'll get into some local stuff with KU, MU, and K-State going into the 2026-27 season. Logan Weber here with you alongside Julio Sanchez. You're listening to After Hours on your home for Kansas City Sports, 96.5, The Fan.
You're listening to After Hours on your home for Kansas City Sports, 96.5, The Fan.
When your joints hurt every single day and you've been told you need surgery, it can feel like there's only one option left. But please, do your homework. Remember, once a joint is replaced, there's no going back. Hey, it's Bob Fesco. Before you schedule that surgery, consider getting a second opinion from QC Kinetics. Whether you're dealing with the pain of bone-on-bone arthritis, a torn meniscus, or just years of wear and tear, surgery isn't the only conversation you should have. Talk to QC Kinetics about how they use regenerative treatments to deliver real relief to patients right here in Kansas City. They concentrate tiny healing tools from within your own body, targeting the exact spot that's causing the pain. The whole idea is to give you a real shot at holding off surgery, or in some cases, avoiding it altogether. So get your free consultation at QC Kinetics now, 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. Located at 435 in State Line and in Gladstone, 816-412-6299.
This summer, Casey's has 89-cent medium fountain and new Frostbite by Casey's drinks. But if you don't have 89 cents, you could check your center console, dig between your couch cushions, ask Grandma for $1. Or just use your credit card. 89-cent medium frostbite by Casey's or fountain drinks at Casey's. All summer long. Restrictions may apply. See store for details.
You don't have to carry everything on your own. Whether you're dealing with stress, anxiety, depression, substance use, or thoughts of suicide, talking to someone can help. And help is available 24/7 through the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. You can call or text 988 anytime to connect with a trained mental health professional. 988 is free, confidential, easy to remember, and available anytime, anywhere, to anyone. Call or text the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. No judgment, just help.
Men, when addressing the problem of erectile dysfunction, you want the right treatment for your specific medical situation because every case is different, and finding the right treatment can mean the difference between just an okay experience and an amazing one. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and at our practices, we offer the full range of ED treatment protocols and can even combine therapies to help make those intimate moments special both for you and your partner. At Heartland Men's Health, we take great pride in providing excellent care and treatment options for ED. Our medical providers specialize in men's sexual health and understand that no two cases are alike, which means you'll get the right treatment for you based on sound medical evaluation and appropriate applications of medical therapies. Plus, we offer treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases, which means if you're like most men, you'll get your sex life back. So call us. Your initial visit is just $99. It includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com. We have 3 offices, Overland Park, Independence, and North Kansas City.
Miracle Treat Day is today at your participating DQ. Buy a Blizzard treat and $1 or more from each sale will be donated to local children's hospitals through Children's Miracle Network. Head to DQ today for Miracle Treat Day. It's the sweetest way to give back to our kids.
As a fitness coach, my active psoriatic arthritis can slow me down. With Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, I'm treating my skin and joint symptoms so I can keep moving. Skyrizi, a prescription-only injection for adults, helps me move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. And for those who have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible. With Skyrizi, there's no daily dosing. It's just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement. And that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZI to learn more.
I hope you are sitting down. The ACA Marketplace has announced significant increases on monthly premiums, with deductibles over $10,000. You can enroll with Matt B. and KC at BBS Insurance's Freedom of Choice plan now. You don't have to wait. Their plan lets you use any doctor, has 0 outpatient deductibles, and is 30 to 60% lower cost than most Obamacare plans. Also, there's no income disclosure required, so no potential tax penalties. If you're a small business owner or pay for your own health insurance, you're uninsured, you're on COBRA, or your employer coverage is just too expensive, call Matt B. and KC for an instant quote over the phone. 816-205-4664. That's 816-205-4664. Or go to bbsinsurance.net. That's bbsinsurance.net. They will customize a plan chosen and managed by you, not the government.
During the break, I had somebody in the text line, a 913, ask me, is it possible that you're misremembering the quote about how long Mahomes wants to play? Because I recall him saying he wanted to play long enough so his kids could experience the same things he did, growing up with a pro athlete dad, etc., etc. I got the quote here in front of me. Because he was asked a while back, I can't remember if it was last year, maybe 2 years ago, about playing deep into his mid-40s, like playing until he's 45 like Brady did. Mahomes' quote is as such: I've looked. If I played until Tom's age, my daughter would be 19, 20 years old. I would love to play for that long. So that kind of goes against what I was saying. He then goes on to tell us, at the same time, I want to be there for my daughter. If I can do that, I'll continue to play. But if I feel like it's taking away from my family time, that's when I'll know it's time to go. So it's a very nuanced quote. He says a lot without saying anything at all.
Very Patrick Mahomes-ish.
Very
quote.
media trained.
That's correct.
That's what that says to me. But again, that kind of goes hand in hand with what we've come to learn about Patrick Mahomes since him and Brittany got married and started having kids. He's a family first guy. His concern is his wife and his children first. The man loves the game of football, but if it at any point, in his words, interferes with his ability to be a husband and a father, then some reevaluating is going to have to be done. And I mean, if he's 45, if he gets to 45 and his daughter will be 20, when he's 35, she's going to be 9, 10, 11 years old at that point, so she's going to be getting into school stuff more and more and youth sports and things like that. And I don't know. I can't tell you what's going on in a grown man's mind. It's just the way it is. But I can't sit here and say confidently, Julio, you can, but I can't sit here confidently and say that this man's still going to be the quarterback of the Chiefs a decade from now.
I did.
I hope you're right. I just can't. I can't confidently say those things. I am right, he says. I am right. All right. One other bit of Chiefs news before we get to our college football conversation. A Chiefs legend has passed away. Saw this report earlier today. He actually passed on Tuesday. Bobby Hunt, who is most well known for playing at the University of Auburn, where he was a two-way guy. Played quarterback and he played safety at Auburn. He was then drafted in 1962 by the Dallas Texans at that point. Of course, the team, after his rookie year, relocated to Kansas City for the 1963 season and then spent the better part of the next 5 years with the organization. Played with the team overall from 1962 to 1967, and then played 2 last years with the Cincinnati Bengals. He was a 2-time AFL champion with the Chiefs and Texans, 1962, his rookie year, where he was on the All-AFL first team with 8 interceptions in 14 games, I might add. He also was a part of that team in 1967 that won the AFL and had the opportunity to participate in the very first Super Bowl, which at that point was just called the AFL-NFL World Championship game, where they obviously ended up losing to the Green Bay Packers. Played for the Bengals for a couple of years. He ended up as an assistant coach for the Buffalo Bills for a little while, but passed away on Tuesday at the age of 85. Sad story there. That's a Chiefs legend, no doubt about it, a part of that team that took the organization to its very first Super Bowl, the very first Super Bowl, and was one of the last draft picks of the organization when they were still called the Dallas Texans. 913-586-7965 is our number. Let's talk college football next here on After Hours. Logan Weber, Julio Sanchez, 96.5, The Fan.
You're listening to After Hours on your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5, The Fan.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance. And now we're customizing this late-night ad to make you more alert, which could help your driving. And science tells us that pulsing beats faster, stimulating audio like traveling sound, and voices on the higher, so-called brighter end of the audio spectrum like this can encourage focus. Also, a familiar tune can help, so...
Liberty, 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 liberty. Hey, it's Rex here with Rex Buys KC. I get it. Selling your house can sometimes feel overwhelming or scary, right? I've seen it too many times. A homeowner thought they had a deal, only to have the buyer back out at the last minute. That's not how we do business at Rex Buys KC. I'm local, I know Kansas City, and I make sure every deal actually closes like it's supposed to. No hidden fees, no showings, no last-minute surprises, just a fair cash offer and a process you can count on. We buy homes in any condition and judgment-free. So whether your house needs repairs or you just want a fast, hassle-free sale, We can make it happen. If you want certainty, transparency, and someone local who actually delivers, call 816-330-6000 or visit rexbuyskc.com. Rex Buys KC, helping people make smart choices one home at a time. 816-330-6000 or rexbuyskc.com.
Men, erectile dysfunction can affect much more than just your sex life. It can create stress in relationships, leading to feelings of anxiety or embarrassment, and impact your overall confidence and well-being. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and we specialize in treating men's sexual health issues to help men find solutions that fit their individual needs. ED is a frustrating condition, and many men suffer for years without seeking treatment. But the good news is that if you're like most men, we have the answer. Our licensed medical providers will evaluate your specific medical situation and recommend a plan designed for you. And these advanced medical therapies work, with treatments having success rates of well over 90%, which means you and the one you love can have great sex again without the fear and worry of ED. You can even last up to an hour or more, and you may just find you're performing like you haven't in years. So call us. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com.
Have you been diagnosed with head or neck cancer? At Kansas City Proton Institute, we're delivering the future of cancer care with state-of-the-art proton therapy right here in KC. Proton therapy means increased precision, reducing side effects like dry mouth, difficulty swallowing, and the loss of taste as compared to conventional radiation. If you've been diagnosed, don't wait. Get your second opinion today and see KC's largest, most experienced proton therapy team. Visit kcpi.com. Kansas City Proton Institute, where you see the best in KC.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/team. That's ZipRecruiter.com/team.
ZipRecruiter. My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
The college football season is exactly 30 days away. The first game begins August 29th. And boy, we got all the media days going on, ACC media days, Big Ten media days, SEC, and all the others. The animosity has already started. The Big Ten talking about, we believe we're the best league in the country. The SEC fans, wah, no, we are. Well, Big Ten's got the last 3 national champions, so. And it came from 3 different schools at the same time.
You're not a Big Ten guy at all. You're not wrong.
I feel like I can be both, you know? Yes, I'm a Big Ten guy.
I suppose.
I mean, my team wasn't any of those 3 that won a national championship.
It's fair.
Which sucks.
We still know how you Big Ten SEC guys like to brag about your conferences, you know?
Well, I mean, they're pretty elite when it comes to college football. I just like seeing the SEC knocked down just a little bit.
I was going to say, would you like a knee down help from that high horse of that Big Ten high horse of yours?
You go right ahead, Julio.
All
you
right.
do your thing, man. What do you got for me? What's the Big 12 going to do, huh?
Look, we're moving on. We have other things to talk about. Okay?
But talking about the college football season as a whole, we may have to wait until the 8 o'clock hour to get into our MUK-UK state conversation. But just looking nationally at the big picture for college football this year, biggest storylines, who are the top teams in the country this year? And I'm looking around at some of the preseason rankings now. USA Today, I think next Tuesday will come out with like their very first like top 25 coaches poll, those sorts of things. But you look at ESPN, CBS Sports, On3 and all these other publications, they've got sort of preseason top 25s that are out and about. And the majority, I would say, have either Ohio State or Texas, number 1, number 2 in the country coming into this year. Ohio State, their offense looks spectacular. Julian Sayin is back. You've got Jeremiah Smith back with the organization. Great. We're with the team. But defensively, I don't know what to make of this Ohio State team. Because you lost a chunk off that defense from a year ago to the National Football League. How can those guys sort of bring things back? Ohio State's the kind of team that's the kind of program that doesn't rebuild, they reload. So but that combination of Julian Sayin at quarterback, having a veteran quarterback back again who had great success in the previous year is never something that you can take for granted. And they have, in my opinion, pound for pound, the best player in college football in Jeremiah Smith.
That's correct.
That's going to take you quite a long ways. Yep. Ohio State, the schedule that they've got in the Big Ten this year is their schedule overall is an interesting one. Week 2, they play Texas. September 12th, 6:30 p.m. on ABC. Might be number 1 versus number 2 to begin, in the middle of September between those two squads. And then they get into Big Ten play, and it's sort of an ebb and a flow, I would say. Like they have Illinois at home. The next week they go on the road at Iowa, a game they will win. I am not that delusional, okay? I am an Iowa fan, but I'm not an idiot. Ohio State will win that game. It might be a little bit closer. Iowa might keep it within a possession or two just because it's in Iowa City. It might be a night game. Things get weird there. But Ohio State's going to win that game. Maryland, then they go on the road to Indiana, on the road at USC, at home against Oregon. Now, they do have a bye after that road game against Indiana before they play USC, but that's a pretty tough 3-game stretch. Indiana, USC, both on the road, and then at home against Oregon. Then you've got Northwestern at Nebraska, and then you got to finish it up at home against Michigan under Kyle Whittingham, a new staff. Lots of different moving pieces in your last game of the year for a team that up until last year has really not had a ton of success in that rivalry between Ohio State and Michigan in recent years. But it goes without saying, again, I agree that Ohio State and Texas are probably the 2 best teams in the country this year. Indiana is the defending national champion, sitting at number 6. They brought in some really intriguing pieces, I will say. They went and got a quarterback as the de facto heir apparent to Fernando Mendoza. I don't know if he's as good a player as Mendoza is. They got Nick Marsh from Michigan State, who is a really good receiver, just has some focus issues and trouble keeping his head on straight at times. But I don't know. Can Indiana replicate any kind of success? Notre Dame at number 3.
They're always just so overrated.
They're
overrated to me.
You lost your running back room without question. That's gonna hurt. But CJ Carr's back. He had a really good year last year as a freshman. What can he provide? Aeneas Williams, he seemed like a really competent third back. He's a Missouri kid. He's from, I think, Hannibal, like the northeast part of the state. But Notre Dame's defense has a chance to be really, really good. Like a top 5 defense in college football, which should carry them quite a ways, on top of the fact that, hey, folks, let's face it, their schedule sucks again. Wisconsin in week 1, Rice, Michigan State, Purdue on the road. Purdue is probably going to be the worst team in the Big Ten this year. They're awful. Like, if they win 3 games, it'll be a miracle. Purdue's that bad. At North Carolina, with Bill Belichick at head coach and their general manager currently just on leave. Stanford at home, At BYU, okay, interesting. At home against Navy, At home against Miami, all right, that's not bad. At home against Boston College, at home against SMU, at Syracuse.
What a cake of a schedule.
Join a conference, please. Everybody is so over this. Oregon at number 4. I feel like Oregon could be even better than people think they will be.
Agreed.
I think they have the best. They have the best quarterback in college football, in my view, with Dante Moore coming back. And if something happens to Dante Moore, oh no, what are we going to do? Oh, lo and behold, here's Dylan Raiola for you if they need him.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of his, so sure, throw him in there.
He did some good things at Nebraska. I'll give him credit.
Things. All right,
I'll give Patrick Mahomes, a great value Mahomes, some credit. He did some good things for a bad Nebraska team in recent years. Georgia at 5, Alabama is at 8, and I feel like that might be generous.
I feel like you're overlooking. You just kind of blew right by Georgia, and I think Georgia's going to be. They have fully restocked and are ready to roll. So we'll see.
I mean, Georgia does have a quarterback coming back, right? So that's obviously going to be a benefit. A veteran team with a returning quarterback, and their defense is always so stout. You know, that's what Kirby Smart does. Pumps out spectacular defenses. They're constantly, if not the best defense in the country, among the top 3 defenses in the country since the day Kirby Smart took over. It's just a matter, in my view, of who's going to be the running back that takes the reins, so to speak. Who's going to be that guy? You know, last year it was Nate Frazier, who just under 1,000 yards rushing last season. But, you know, Chauncey Bowens did some good things. Gunnar Stockton's ability as a runner and a passer is going to be very, very interesting to watch all year because he did great things with it a season ago. And then beyond that, I don't know, because Georgia's got to replace their top receiver. I mean, Zachariah Branch had 81 catches last year. Nobody else on the team had more than 27. I mean, he was the bulk of their passing offense in terms of their weapons. 81 catches, 811 yards, and 6 touchdowns. Second on the team was 27 catches, 358 yards, and 4 touchdowns. They're going to need some more than that. 913-586-7965. We talked sort of the national picture coming into the year. Let's take a look specifically at MU, KU, and K-State as we head into the college football season in 2026. Just 30 days away, folks, from the start of college football. Logan Weber here with you alongside Julio Sanchez. After Hours, 96.5, The Fan.
You're listening to After Hours on your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5, The Fan.
I hope you're sitting down. The ACA Marketplace has announced significant increases on monthly premiums, with deductibles over $10,000. You can enroll with Matt B. and KC at BBS Insurance's Freedom of Choice plan now. You don't have to wait. Their plan lets you use any doctor, has 0 outpatient deductibles, and is 30 to 60% lower costs than most Obamacare plans. Also, there's no income disclosure required, so no potential tax penalties. If you're a small business owner or pay for your own health insurance, you're uninsured, you're on COBRA, or your employer coverage is just too expensive, call Matt B. and KC for an instant quote over the phone. 816-205-4664. That's 816-205-4664. Or go to bbsinsurance.net. That's bbsinsurance.net. They will customize a plan chosen and managed by you, not the government.
Dispatch, this is Mindy at CM Moes & Son. Coming to terms with a dying AC unit is tough. If you need to replace your AC, visit cmmosandson.com to schedule your free estimate. CM Mosen Son. License 202919. Terms and conditions apply.
Men, if your energy is down, your workouts aren't producing results, you're gaining stubborn weight, losing muscle, sleeping poorly, or just not feeling like yourself anymore, it may be more than just aging. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health. Our low T and body composition treatments are designed to help men regain energy, improve focus, sleep better, build lean muscle, reduce unwanted fat, and restore confidence both in and out of the gym. At Heartland Men's Health, we specialize in helping men optimize their health, performance, and vitality. Using personalized medical treatments tailored to your health and goals, many men begin noticing improvements in energy, mental clarity, recovery, motivation, libido, and overall body composition within just a few weeks. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work, PSA and T-test, and a medical consult. And if you start on treatment the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com. We have 3 offices: Overland Park, Independence, and North Kansas City.
Feature therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
What if you could have the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years guaranteed? Now through August 24th, new Xfinity customers can get our best price on gig Wi-Fi this summer before it disappears. Just $50 a month for 5 years. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included. Plus, get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. It's Wi-Fi that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them. Like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a 6th sense. Plus, it keeps you protected from online threats. And get Peacock Premium included for 2 years. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Get it now at Xfinity.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Speeds vary. Use of fiber coaxial cable. Learn more at Xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi.
Score big with the DQ $7 meal deal. Crispy chicken strips, hot fries, a refreshing drink, and a tasty sundae. All for just $7. It's so much delicious food, you'll bring home the win every time. And keep on winning when you upgrade to a small Blizzard treat for just $2 more. Like the limited-time Biscoff Cookie Blizzard treat. The $7 meal deal with a $2 small Blizzard upgrade for the win. DQ. Happy tastes good. Participation may vary.
This is your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan, KFNC FM and AM HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, an Odyssey Sports Station.
I think everybody has this feeling, like certain moments in your life, certain things in your life that just make you feel kind of old. And for me, it's when I'm scrolling through social media and I see a report, I see a tweet about some recruit who's been offered a scholarship, and I recognize that person's name. I saw this. No joke. Phoenix, Arizona Mountain Point 2028 defensive back LeGarrette Blount Jr. LeGarrette Blount Jr. is in no rush to make a decision. I'm sorry, LeGarrette Blount Jr.?
Makes you feel old, huh?
I feel like LeGarrette Blount Sr. just stopped playing football. It's one thing when it's like basketball, because I feel like, I don't know, the guys that I grew up watching play basketball were drafted so much later than the guys I grew up watching play football. Like, when did LeGarrette Blount get drafted? 2007, 2008? This dude's got a kid already getting recruited? Like, I was watching Cam Boozer at the same point, but Carlos Boozer was like 30,
2010.
He was drafted in 2010. He's got a kid getting recruited.
Yeah. Well, technically he wasn't drafted, so.
Fair. Because he punched somebody out while he was at Oregon.
Undrafted free agent.
Yeah. Yeah. Not for lack of talent. It's for lack of thinking.
Self-control.
I saw that and I'm like, oh, I felt like this tinge in my lower back, sort of like I'm going to have trouble getting out of this chair now. So I had to go out and watch Cam Boozer get drafted after I watched his dad play for years and years, both Utah and Chicago. Now LeGarrette Blount Jr. is being recruited to play football. It's funny because now I'm getting to that age now where like like I said, everybody knows this. I'm a lifelong Iowa Hawkeye fan. There are some people who didn't like my Caitlin Clark tweet a couple weeks ago who would seem to disagree with that sentiment, but neither here nor there. I'm reaching an age now where like the guys that I grew up watching play football at Iowa, their kids are now getting recruited to play football at Iowa, which is super weird. But, just a part of getting older, I guess.
That's correct.
I mean,
that's correct.
Some of my favorite athletes are now younger than me. Like the first time I realized that, like Jason Tatum playing for the Boston Celtics, because that's my favorite NBA team, he's younger than me. And so I'm sitting there at like 21, 22 years old, rooting for this guy. He's my favorite player in the NBA, and he's younger than me. It's a jarring sentiment. There have been moments like here on this show where I'm talking about a young player, a Josh Simmons or a Xavier Worthy or a Rashee Rice, and I'm sitting there like looking at their age, like 22, 23, 24 years old, and I'm like, this kid, I'm like, oh no, I'm that guy now. That I've reached that age where it's no longer that guy, it's that kid because they're younger than me. Like, oh no, what is happening?
You're getting old, my friend. That's what's happening. Happens to the best of us.
Dude.
Yeah. Well, it has its perks.
I mean,
it has its perks.
Being an adult is not the most fun.
Oh, yeah. Well, no one said adulting is fun.
No. And all those people tried to tell us. No, enjoy being a kid. Enjoy high school. You don't want to grow up.
The whole youth is wasted on the young thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were right about that.
It applies. As much as I tried to listen, I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't. I'm like, no, I want to be a grown up. I want to have a job. I want to have a house. Yada, yada, yada. Oh, man, it sucks.
Good luck with that,
it's
right?
It's so hard.
Right.
Somebody in the text line's telling me that R. Mason Thomas is not a good player at the NFL level. He's going to be a bust.
How would you know?
Okay, yeah, because he's taking a snap in the league.
Yeah. Okay, that's a take. I mean, I'm not saying he couldn't be wrong, but
his college tape's pretty good, I have to say. He's this person also earlier said that he's a situational pass rusher.
I mean, that's what they pegged him as, to be fair, and it's not the typical, for that position, the typical prototype that the Chiefs would draft, but that might not be a bad thing.
No, I mean,
me being optimistic tonight.
The prototypical guy that they have been drafting
hasn't worked out.
Yeah, has not been panning out all that well for them in recent years. And, I understand the sentiment of like, I don't think he can be an every down guy because he's only 6'2" and 240 pounds. TJ Watt's 6'3", 250. He's one of the best pass rushers in football. He's not a giant human being. I mean, Will Anderson is tall, certainly. I mean, he's maybe 6'4", 240. Am I saying that R. Mason Thomas is going to be Will Anderson or TJ Watt? No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that those guys are similar body types. They're around the same height. They're around the same weight as R. Mason Thomas, and they play every down.
He definitely brings a different dynamic to this defensive line that I think they've quite honestly been missing for a few years now.
Yeah. I got a 660 here. Says, my guy, it doesn't get any easier. Imagine watching your favorite player get old and on the doorstep of retiring, and everybody wants to just say how old they are, and then you realize you're 10 years older than the athlete that is considered, quote, old.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
That would be tough. I'm still on the other side of 30 right now, so I haven't.
I'm on the other side of 40, my friend. So
I haven't approached that yet.
Yeah, you got a ways to go. You're still a baby to me.
I know.
That makes me feel that much older. So thank you.
I
Because you feel old makes me feel ancient. So that's fine.
I am. I mean,
we're just taking shots tonight. It's
I'm
fine.
the kind of guy that like I was in kindergarten when LeBron was drafted. Like I remember early LeBron. Like I've watched LeBron his entire career. And so like watching him retire, we're watching him reach the end of his career in these last couple of years he'll have with Philly, which very interesting that he signed a 2-year deal, by the way. Him like watching him get to this latter part of his career and the time that when he eventually does retire, like that's going to be kind of a sad moment. Like, and I'm not the biggest LeBron fan on earth, but he's the best player that I have ever watched live with my own 2 eyes, and so that's going to make me feel kind of old.
Hey,
but then when I
graduated the same year as LeBron, okay, from high school. How's that?
Wow.
How's that? Yeah. Oh, but thank you for that. Thank you for that. Thank you for that.
I would not have guessed that in a million years, Julio.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, he looked like a 40-year-old when he graduated high school.
You look closer to my age than LeBron's age.
I'll take that as a compliment.
You should.
He's prematurely balding way more than I am.
You should.
And he's got way more resources.
It is, frankly, kind of a strange thing around this building. That, like, when I first started working here, I thought everybody in the building, like I thought all of us that worked here, like outside of our producers, which most of our producers are actually younger than I am.
Yep.
I thought that we were all like around the same age, like late 20s, early 30s. And I'm like C-Dot's in his late 30s and Cody and Alex are in their mid to late 30s. And I was like, it took me, I didn't know that for like the first 5-6 months that I worked here. I thought that you guys were so much closer in age to who I was.
Mixed bag around here. Man.
It's a young looking group. I don't know what to tell you. We're just a baby faced radio station, man. I guess that's what it is.
That's right.
In fairness, I'm 28, but I could pull off 19 tomorrow.
Yeah, you could. You absolutely could.
I mean, freshly shaved face. I got the glasses on right now. Dude, I could absolutely pull it off. I could walk into a high school tomorrow and enroll, and nobody would bat an eye. Which is hilarious.
100% accurate.
Which is hilarious to me because I'm a teacher. So I'm a teacher who also looks
must really respect you.
Young enough to be a student.
Yeah, they must really respect you.
Yeah, I got them fooled.
Yeah, I know.
913-586-7965 is our number. Completely did not talk about MU, KU, and K-State football. But we can do that next. I also want to talk about some controversy in the WNBA that for once doesn't involve Caitlin Clark. Thank goodness. Logan Weber here with you alongside Julio Sanchez. You're listening to After Hours, 96.5, The Fan.
You're listening to After Hours on your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5, The Fan.
Men, when addressing the problem of erectile dysfunction, you want the right treatment for your specific medical situation because every case is different, and finding the right treatment can mean the difference between just an okay experience and an amazing one. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and at our practices, we offer the full range of ED treatment protocols and can even combine therapies to help make those intimate moments special both for you and your partner. At Heartland Men's Health, we take great pride in providing excellent care and treatment options for ED. Our medical providers specialize in men's sexual health and understand that no two cases are alike, which means you'll get the right treatment for you based on sound medical evaluation and appropriate applications of medical therapies. Plus, we offer treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases, which means if you're like most men, you'll get your sex life back. So call us. Your initial visit is just $99. It includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com. We have 3 offices: Overland Park, Independence, and North Kansas City.
Hey, it's almost Andy Reid. Don't let garage door problems sideline your summer plans. Renner Garage Door is ready to tackle repairs, tune-ups, and replacements. Get your free repair or replacement quote today, plus $100 off a new garage door. Featuring trusted brands like Geldon, A-Bar, and LiftMaster, Renner delivers the quality, reliability, and performance your home can count on. RennerDoor.com forward and back.
RENNER, RENNER.
Hi, guys. This is the Rocket Roger Clemens. You don't pitch in the majors for 24 years without feeling it later. Shoulders, elbows, knees. Trust me, pain doesn't retire when you do.
That's baseball legend Roger Clemens.
I tried the ice. I tried rest, PT, nothing really worked. When I heard about QC Kinetics, the concept sounded promising. Non-surgical regenerative treatments that help your body heal itself without surgery. Sign me up, just what I needed, real lasting relief.
Whether you're a former pro, a weekend golfer, or just want to walk around pain-free again, QC Kinetics uses cutting-edge technology and natural biologics to help restore and repair damaged tissue.
I trusted them with my joints. Now I'm back doing what I love.
Call QC Kinetics today and schedule your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. 816-412-6299.
Congratulations, Salvador Perez.
Swing and a ball well hit. Left field, way back and gone. He's done it. Salvador Perez, number 318 in his career. He's now the Royals franchise leader in home runs.
The Royals all-time home run leader plays right here on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5, The Fan.
Well, if that song doesn't make me feel like I'm in college at a house party, I don't know what does.
Classic, you know?
It's a fan favorite at every college, I feel like. And there's, of course, every college has a unique spin on the instrumental section. If you know, you know. Sometimes it's a rival school that is given the insults. Sometimes it's like at Northwest, it was a fraternity on campus, which interestingly enough happened to be the fraternity that my best friend was a part of. He was in that fraternity.
All right.
And he and his frat guys, they chanted as loud as the rest of us did. They seemed to really enjoy it. For context, it would be, you would say, bleep. It would be bleep whatever. So at KU, it's bleep MU. At KU, it's bleep MU. At Missouri State, it's also, for some reason, bleep KU. For what reason, I don't know.
Interesting. Okay.
I don't have an answer to that. At Northwest, it was either bleep Phi Sig or it was bleep Mo West.
All right. So that's, this is where your hatred comes from. I gotcha.
Gotta be honest about it sometimes. Somebody in the text line said, as a Pitt State grad, I still don't know what a bearcat is. I urge you to Google it. Google a bearcat. It is a real animal, and it is terrifying to look at. If you haven't eaten dinner yet, I would suggest waiting, because yuck.
No, it looks more, that's not what I expected. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, it's a real animal.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're not the most
I'm not sure I'd want that to be my mascot, but, to each their own. Okay.
I don't know what to tell you, man.
Looks more like a mongoose.
They're strange looking.
Yeah.
It means bear weasel.
The weasel is accurate. That's correct.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It doesn't look great.
Right. It looks intimidating, I wouldn't want to touch it.
It had a huge tail for some reason.
Beady eyes.
And like crazy whiskers. Like almost has like a raccoon face.
Yeah. With a weasel body. That's correct.
Somebody said, Logan, my kiddo got a $50K scholarship from Northwest. Well, that's awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Any advice for her? Ooh.
Keep that scholarship going. That's my advice.
Yeah.
Work hard.
Yeah.
Play hard. Keep the scholarship going.
Yeah. I had several scholarships. The minute that my advisor told me I had to maintain a 3.7 GPA, I knew those scholarships were earmarked to end. I knew what the death certificate would read on those scholarships at the end of my first semester of college. I mean, go out and experience everything. Like the thing I loved about Northwest was you could do just about anything you wanted to do. I mean, it's such a
in moderation.
Yeah, I mean,
in moderation.
I was saying from like an education
I gotcha.
standpoint where I was going with that initially.
Well, we obviously had two different.
I mean, plenty of places to party, no question about it. Lots of good spots downtown. Some of them aren't even around anymore. The Palms, which was a big bar when I was in school, is now a restaurant nowadays. Places like Outback and Molly's, and oh my goodness, I'm going down a whole tangent here. But I mean, for me, like in terms of like your schooling and the education stuff, just go experience everything. I mean, like the thing I loved about going to school at Northwest, and based on the experiences I've heard from others, it's maybe a little bit different than many other schools, is it's very hands-on. Like they'll throw you in it's not just about teaching you the subject matter. It's about letting you go out and do it. I mean, when I got into radio, I had changed my degree from social science education. I wanted to be a history teacher. I just didn't. I didn't love it, so I wanted to find something else, and I found sports media. The summer or the middle of my sophomore year, so from the fall to the spring semester, and so. Second semester, my sophomore year, I'm in a radio practicum class, and I'm thinking they're going to teach us about radio, and that's going to more or less be it. And I was in front of a microphone within 2 weeks of changing my major entirely. On an actual, like our student-led radio station, I was on the radio.
Natural talent.
No, it wasn't that. They literally would just go do it. It was a requirement. Like
that
you
is
had
the only way that you can get better at this game.
But that was just kind of how it was. They just sort of threw you into the fire. Like when I was taking teaching classes, they would have practicums, and you would have to go teach at a school. Like we went to Fort Osage one time and like taught for a week at the Fort Osage School District in Independence. You know, like they're very hands-on. So. Whatever your child decides to do, you know, tell her to take full advantage of every opportunity that's thrown in front of her. You know, internships suck. Unpaid work is the biggest scam in America. But if that's what is asked of her with her chosen degree path, go for it, because it can make a world of difference. That's all I got. Somebody says, Google says they smell like popcorn. Bearcats? Like the actual animal smells like popcorn? I want to know who found that out.
Right?
Who discovered that?
Who's going around
Who
sniffing
got close
Bearcats?
enough to that nasty looking creature to figure out that they smell like popcorn? Okay, yeah. According to Wikipedia, yeah. It is unique in morphology with its popcorn-scented musk glands. Ew. Just don't like the way that's phrased at all. Somebody says hi from a Phi Sig. Yes, sir. Know what I'm talking about. They know. 913-586-7965 is our number. All right, let's get into some KU, K-State, and Mizzou college football conversation. The college football season is only 30 days away, folks. It's a month from now that we will begin to have our Saturdays filled with college football. And for our three teams here locally, very different expectations, I would say. You look at what Mizzou has coming back from a year ago. This is an 8-win team that you could argue could have had a better year than they did. Injuries at the quarterback position kind of derailed them with the loss of Bo Prabula. Of course, he is no longer with the team now. But they do have some massive returnees for this club. Starting, of course, with Ahmad Hardy. Your leading rusher. He is, as far as I know, still scheduled, still on pace to be back with the team after his weird scare this offseason with the shooting at the concert he was at.
One. Yeah.
But by all indications, he should be good to go. They got a new offensive coordinator this year, Chip Lindsey, who's going to bring in some different schematics. He does a great job in focusing in on the running game in particular, which may allow for Ahmad Hardy to be even better than he was a year ago. Not to mention, if you do have Ahmad Hardy out for the early part of the year, then you're looking at Jamal Roberts, who did really good things last year. He had 750 yards and 6 rushing touchdowns and does a much better job catching the ball out of the backfield than Ahmad Hardy does. He is a very, very reliable fill-in. Now you've got Austin Simmons at the quarterback spot. They brought him in after Pabula transferred to Virginia, I want to say. Their offensive line, though, is going to be an absolute force to be reckoned with. Starting with Caden Green, obviously. The guys are an All-American. He's one of the best tackles in college football. But I think the ceiling for this Mizzou team is going to have to be with the passing. You know you're going to, whether it's Ahmad Hardy or Jamal Roberts, the running game's going to do its job. What can this passing offense do? You've got a new quarterback. You've got a new offensive weapon, which actually comes as a pairing, I guess you could say. Caden Lee, who is a transfer from Ole Miss, alongside the quarterback, of course, in Austin Simmons, who is also an Ole Miss transfer. So those two guys already have a relationship with one another. You then have Caleb Goody, who came over from Cincinnati after a couple of years at Colorado State. So a lot of experience in the wide receiver room. What can those guys do to help aid this offense? And that SEC schedule, man, I don't know if 10 wins is a possibility for the Missouri Tigers this year, but I think that this is a club with matchups against Texas A&M, Ole Miss, Texas, and Georgia looming. This is probably another 8-win football team, maybe 9 if you can exceed expectations. It's a tough gauntlet to get through the SEC, though. You then look across the state line at both KU and K-State. This is where things get interesting, because I feel like these two teams have more questions than answers when you compare them to what Mizzou's got going into the year. This KU team has talent. Playing in a league like the Big 12.
Choose your words carefully.
Who's going to play quarterback?
Bloodbath?
Is it going to be Cole Ballard? Is it going to be Chase Jenkins? Like, who's playing quarterback? Like, first and foremost, like, for me to have any kind of confidence in your football team, I kind of feel like I have to know who your quarterback is. I feel the same way about the University of Iowa right now. They got 2 guys, Hank Brown and Jeremy Heklinski, that are battling for quarterback. I don't know who's playing. And right now, that's sort of the feeling I get with this Kansas team. What can Dylan Edwards do? You know, he was great at Colorado. And he had that one really good year with K-State. And then last year was super weird. Now he's at KU. What is he going to bring? How does Yassine Willis fit in as the backup running back? Because this KU team has to have a better running game than they did a year ago, in my opinion. Because whether it was LaShawn Williams or any of the other bevy of backs they had in the backfield, the running game was kind of a letdown at times, which feels harsh to say considering the offense wasn't the issue. The defense was awful. The defense was among the worst in the country, let alone the Big 12 last year. So what are they going to do defensively? Well, they went out and got a bunch of dudes in the portal. How does it pan out? They went and got a guy from Tulane. They got Kevin Otis from Arkansas. Jabril Condi from Grand Valley, I want to say, D2 school. I don't know. They have talent defensively, but is it going to be better than it was a year ago? This feels like make or break for Lance Leipold this year in his future with the Jayhawks. I don't know. Maybe I'm being too much of a pessimist, Julio.
No, I think you're being fair. Yeah, I think you're being fair. I mean, the schedule isn't the toughest schedule either, but it's also not the easiest. I don't know how to feel about this team. I don't have high expectations as a Jayhawks fan going into this season. I don't. I think we're regressing back to the mean when it comes to the upswing that we were experiencing as Jayhawk football fans.
Yeah, I mean, looking at...
It's hard to be positive coming into this next season.
A lot of the predictions have them between 4-8 and 5-7.
I'd say that's about right, honestly.
Is that...
And one or two of those wins are really gimmies with who they're playing.
And if that's the case...
If they can get to 4 to 5, I'd be shocked if they got to 5.
If it's 4-8 or 5-7, is that the end for Lance Leipold and Lawrence?
No, I think he's still got a little bit of grace. I mean, look, it depends also, right? Style points count. If you're competitive, I think that bodes well for him. If we're talking blowouts, that it could get ugly. But even if he has a, like you said, 4 or 5 win season, I think he's got maybe 1 year.
Yeah, I mean, the winnable games on the schedule. The winnable games on the schedule, obviously Long Island, week 1. Yeah, I didn't either. Got to be like their first year or second year in FBS.
Yeah, something like that.
Or even FCS for that matter. Middle Tennessee, October 3rd. You've got Mizzou and Arizona State both at home, sandwiched in between there, which is kind of tough. You then go on the road at Utah. New head coach, though.
Yeah.
Things can be a little weird. You're catching them in the earlier part of the year when they're maybe still trying to find their footing. Then you're on the road at K-State. You go 4-8 or 5-7, but if you're Lance Leipold and if you beat K-State,
that's a big if.
I know it's a big if, but
it's been quite a while.
I know, but they also a lot of turnover from last year. Colin Klein's now in at head coach.
They also have a lot of hype coming in with the new coach. They do legit.
They do, and they got a solid quarterback, at least talent-wise, in Avery Johnson. Can he put it all together? Baylor at home, October 24th. Then you're on the road at TCU, at home against UCF, at West Virginia, at home against BYU, and at Oklahoma State, who I believe will be much better with bringing in their new head coach that they brought up from North Texas, along with the Mestermaker kid. I think this Oklahoma State team can turn things around in quite a big way and really surprise some people, maybe even finish in the top half of the Big 12 this year.
Agreed.
With the talent that they brought in. So I look at Oklahoma State, BYU, Baylor most likely, and I would agree with you, Utah, those are probably gimme losses for this KU team this year. Long Island, Middle Tennessee, those are gimme wins. It's the other 6 that I'm looking at. Mizzou is probably a loss. I would say that's probably a gimme loss.
Yeah,
so that you're at 7. You're 2-5 already with that stretch.
I think K-State is a gimme loss.
Okay, all right. I don't know. I'm not as gung ho about K-State. I don't know. Not only is he a first year head coach, he's a first time head coach. Like Colin Klein's got to prove something to me a little bit. Do I think he can do great things? Do I love the idea of the prodigal son returns? Yeah, but a lot of times that ends up just blowing up in your face. So I'm going to wait and see on that one.
It's the TCU, UCF, West Virginia, that 8, 9, 10 week stretch that's going to determine whether they can get to 4 or 5 wins. I mean, those are really the only Big 12 type of game that they're going to have any shot at winning, really.
Yeah, I would venture to say right now, my ceiling for KU is a 7-win football team.
Oh, that's a high ceiling. That's a high ceiling.
That's my ceiling. That's
a high ceiling.
Not where I'm saying it.
Take it.
Ceiling is. I would say ceiling is 7 wins. The floor, 2. The floor is you beat Long
I
Island.
You'd at least give us 3.
You beat Long Island and you beat Middle Tennessee, and that is it.
It's not saying much.
West Virginia was awful last year. I don't think they can be that bad again this year.
Let's hope so.
With Rich Rodriguez as their head coach, I feel like they have to be a little bit better. But that's where I see them right now is comfortably in that 4 or 5 win total.
Yeah.
And then it just becomes a matter of, is that good enough for Lance Leipold to hold on to his job. We're running late on a break here. We'll get to K-State here when we come back. I was hoping to do all three at the same time, but I'm extremely long-winded the way it goes. 913-586-7965. Logan Weber, Julio Sanchez. After Hours. 96.5, The Fan.
You're listening to After Hours on your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5, The Fan.
And Doug. Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons, and lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen, and oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live, and you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty. America is turning 250 this year, and Circus Sports is celebrating by offering all users in Missouri $250. Dane Hughes here, and for everyone in Missouri, all you have to do is deposit $250 on your Circus Sports app. Then play through that deposit. Once you do, Circus Sports will reward you with $250 right in your account. This is available for everyone in Missouri, new and existing users. Celebrate 250 years and find out more at circusports.com today. Must be 21 or older in Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Men, erectile dysfunction can affect much more than just your sex life. It can create stress in relationships, leading to feelings of anxiety or embarrassment, and impact your overall confidence and well-being. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and we specialize in treating men's sexual health issues to help men find solutions that fit their individual needs. ED is a frustrating condition, and many men suffer for years without seeking treatment. But the good news is that if you're like most men, we have the answer. Our licensed medical providers will evaluate your specific medical situation and recommend a plan designed for you. And these advanced medical therapies work, with treatments having success rates of well over 90%. Which means you and the one you love can have great sex again without the fear and worry of ED. You can even last up to an hour or more, and you may just find you're performing like you haven't in years. So call us. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts gets you back to savings. Pick up select Royal Purple fuel system additives. Buy one, get one free. Plus receive 4 times O-Rewards points.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Odyssey Sports is presented by ZipRecruiter. Find out why 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try it free at ZipRecruiter.com/team.
We already took a look at what MU and KU, both Mizzou and Kansas, have coming into the college football season in 2026 with the year just 30 days away. We haven't had a chance yet to discuss Kansas State. And Julio, even as a KU guy, you seem to be pretty high on what this Wildcats team can do in 2026.
I am.
And I think it's fair to say that some of the numbers would indicate that level of confidence. You know, Avery Johnson's coming back for his 3rd year in Manhattan. He is immensely talented. He's struggled at times with the speed, I think, of the game, lack of experience, but I think those concerns should be out the window at this point. He's got 5,600 career yards, 48 career touchdowns. He's played in enough big games now where that should no longer be a concern. It felt like towards the end of the year last year, K-State really figured it out. I mean, they went 5-2 in their last 7 weeks of the year, and their only losses were to Texas Tech and Utah in that stretch on their way to a 6-6 season. So this team showed it had fight. They got a lot of returners from that team. Obviously, Avery Johnson, their starting quarterback. He's also their second leading rusher a year ago, along with Joe Jackson coming back at the running back position after all the things happened with Dylan Edwards, who had almost 1,000 yards rushing last season. And they brought in a really good, solid number 2 running back option with Rodney Fields, who is a transfer from Oklahoma State, who had 700 yards for the Cowboys last year out of the backfield. The receivers, I mean, there's some fascinating options here. Jaron Tibbs is back after he almost had 50 catches last year, almost 600 yards. But then they brought in two really talented guys from the SEC. Joshua Manning from Mizzou transferred to Kansas State, and Isaiah Williams, who was with Colin Klein at Oklahoma or at Texas Tech or Texas A&M, following him to Manhattan. That's a very intriguing trio in the wide receiver room. Garrett Oakley returns as your tight end. All the pieces are there. Can Avery Johnson use all those pieces, that talent that he has, that experience he has, and put all of the puzzle pieces together? Because the way that this looks on paper, with Colin Klein leading the charge as his head coach, they brought over Sean. I'm having trouble remembering his last name right now. Sean Gleason, who was the quarterback's coach at Mizzou, is now the offensive coordinator at K-State. Two offensive-minded guys now kind of leading the charge of the program with Klein at the helm. There's no excuses left, in my view, for Avery Johnson.
They also have a pretty favorable schedule, considering they're avoiding, I think, the three top teams in the Big 12 in Texas Tech, BYU, and Utah. So,
correct. That'd be arguably their toughest game on this schedule is at home against Houston, maybe?
Probably Houston, I'd say. Maybe Arizona State?
Maybe that Arizona State game with Dillingham. Yep. Yeah, doing some really good things there in Tempe. But, I mean, I don't look at Nichols, Washington State, Tulane, at Cincinnati the first 4 weeks of the year. Cincinnati no longer has Brendan Sorsby. In fact, nobody has Brendan Sorsby. So they could very, very much be 4-0 before a home game against Houston in week 6. You're at home against KU, at Arizona State, at Colorado. Who the hell knows what's going on with Colorado? At home against Oklahoma State, who, as I said, should be better. I love the Mestamaker kid last year at North Texas. Him and his head coach, I think they'll keep the ball rolling at Oklahoma State. At TCU, at home against Arizona, and then during the Matt Campbell era at Iowa State, having that season finale in Ames against the Cyclones might have been terrifying. I think Iowa State's going to be bad. I do not think they're going to be a good football team.
I agree. They're going to struggle this coming year, I think.
I mean, the majority of their roster was made up of guys who went 6-6 at Washington State last year, or 7-5 against Washington State, playing in a lackluster schedule is the best way to describe it. So, yeah, I mean, this schedule, the amount of talent that they have returning, and we just talked about the offense. We didn't discuss a lot of the defense. The offensive line is maybe your biggest question mark if you're K-State. You're bringing over a couple of guys, transfers, to try to put things together last year. John Pastore is back at tackle after he was an All-Big 12 performer a season ago. And then defensively, this is where they've got to be much better. They've got a crazy amount of talent that they brought over in the edge in terms of the pass rushers. Outside of that, the cornerback's really good. Lots of returners from last year. Plus, they brought in 2 transfers, one from Virginia, one from Illinois with a ton of experience. This feels like the kind of team where if they can hit the ground running, if they can take that 5-2 stretch that they had to close out the year last year, along with this new influx of talent and the excitement surrounding Colin Klein, this K-State team could run the table. Like, they have a good enough, like, their schedule is so friendly to them. There are no obvious losses in this schedule. I would say there's easily probably 6 give me wins on this schedule. I would say I would lean towards KU being a gimme win, but again, I don't know.
That's fine.
I don't know because it is a first-year head coach. Colin Klein's never been a head coach before. You know, it just, you don't know until you're there. He did great things at K-State under Chris Kleiman. He did great things at Texas A&M for a year or 2, and now he's back. All signs point to him being really, really good. but we don't know. Not until we're in that mode. Not until we're in the boat. Not until we've seen what Colin Klein can do at K-State. If he can get the best out of Avery Johnson, this K-State team could be really, really good. Like Big 12 championship game good. College football playoff good. Is that going to happen? I'm not going to put money on it just yet. A rivalry game against KU, that's always one where you throw the records out the window. Colin Klein knows what it means to play in the KU K-State rivalry, the Sunflower Showdown. He knows what that means. Doing it as a player, doing it as a head coach, those are two very different things. So if they go out and they're 4-0 through their first 4 weeks of the year and they're blowing people out and they're scoring 40 points a game and their defense is stingy, then yeah, all right. Here we go. Colin Klein's got the Wildcats right back to where they were under Chris Klieman when they won that Big Ten title in, what would that have been, 2024?
You know last time Kansas beat K-State in football?
It's been a minute.
2008. I don't think this is going to be the season. Yep.
Shout out Mangino, baby.
That's right.
Man. Was that... Don't say his name. Todd Reese? Was that that year?
Todd Reesing?
Reesing,
I
dang
believe
it.
it was Todd Reesing.
Todd.
Yep.
I was like 90% of the way. Like Todd Reese,
you get credit for it. You get credit.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. That was right around the time that my brother started to become a KU fan, and we started kind of following them a little bit. Or was that the 07 year? Was it 07 that they went to the Orange Bowl? Because that was the year that Mizzou was the number one team in the country at one point.
It was 08.
Okay.
Yep, it was 08. I thought so.
All right.
Making me second guess myself.
I would say as of now, if I had to rank these teams 1, 2, 3, not based on talent, but based on what I believe their success will be this season in terms of their overall record, playoff chances, conference championship chances, K-State at the top, number 1.
Yeah.
Mizzou at 2. I think Mizzou might be a little bit more talented than K-State.
They're a product of the conference they play in.
They're in the SEC, so it is what it is. And then KU at number 3 with a lot of eyes set on, depending on how this year goes, what the future of Lance Leipold looks like in Lawrence. 913-586-7965. We'll come back. We'll get things wrapped up here on this Thursday night edition of After Hours. Logan Weber here with you alongside Julio Sanchez. 96.5, The Fan.
You're listening to After Hours on your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5, The Fan.
It's a lawman, 3-time DUI award-winning attorney in Kansas City. You wanted results? Here you go. First-degree murder charge, dismissed. Felony DUI, dismissed. Felony to misdemeanor, multiple. Felony jury trial, not guilty. Call the lawman, 816-816-9111. Take it away.
The lawman gets results. Jump the law, call the lawman. Let the fight begin.
Voted by Pitch and Casey Magazine, the choice of a lawyer shouldn't be based on advertisement.
Men, if your energy is down, your workouts aren't producing results, you're gaining stubborn weight, losing muscle, sleeping poorly, or just not feeling like yourself anymore, it may be more than just aging. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health. Our low T and body composition treatments are designed to help men regain energy, improve focus, sleep better, build lean muscle, reduce unwanted fat, and restore confidence both in and out of the gym. At Heartland Men's Health, we specialize in helping men optimize their health, performance, and vitality. Using personalized medical treatments tailored to your health and goals, many men begin noticing improvements in energy, mental clarity, recovery, motivation, libido, and overall body composition within just a few weeks. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work, PSA and T-test, and a medical consult. And if you start on treatment the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com. We have 3 offices, Overland Park, Independence, and North Kansas City.
Physical therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
I'm Piera Palazzolo, VP of Digital Marketing for the American Management Association, a company focused on the management training skills needed to enhance the careers of business professionals. We did our research when it came to the best companies for website development and chose AmericanEagle.com. And we couldn't be happier. AmericanEagle.com worked closely with us to understand the front and back end requirements needed to launch an e-commerce website that could handle the complexities of running thousands of seminars nationwide. Our robust new website and improved SEO saw immediate increases in site traffic and web revenue. If you're in need of managerial effectiveness and success, visit our website at amanet.org. If you're in need of a website that provides an unparalleled consumer experience, I highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Transform your business today. Dial 877-WebNow1 for a free digital consultation with AmericanEagle.com.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Conversation about this 2008 season just helps me remember just how like absurd that era of college football was. Because like, I mean, that 2007 season was
fun times.
Absurd, dude.
Yep.
It was absurd.
That KU MU game at Arrowhead, oh man.
Yeah, where like
insane.
Mizzou loses one early in the year, like narrowly to Oklahoma, and then bounces back. They beat Texas Tech. They go on a huge roll. They beat K-State at K-State, and then it's number 2 versus number 3. KU's number 2, MU's number 3. All right, folks, here we go. At Arrowhead, Mizzou wins the game. They go up to number 1 in the country. They promptly turn around and lose to Oklahoma, who then ends up turning around after that win. They go to number 3 in the country. They get into a bowl game. Outside shot still sort of kind of with the way that the BCS ran in those days of like maybe still winning a national championship. They lose to West Virginia. That was a wild year for the Big 12, man. I mean, you had just some freakishly good teams in that league that year. KU was fantastic. Mizzou was great. Texas had a really good year. Oklahoma was super solid. What a year that was, man. Trying to remember. That was the 2007-2008 year. Was that Florida that won the national title that year? Because I know that was the year Tebow won. No. Tebow won the Heisman. LSU, I think, won the national championship that year, if I remember right. That was Les Miles, LSU. Jamarcus Russell. Shout out to one of the biggest busts in NFL history. But that was a hell of a year. Yeah, I mean...
2008 was LSU.
Yeah, it was the year of the upset, and the curse of number 2 is what they said. That was the same year App State beat Michigan. Oh. Wow. In the last 9 weeks of the year in the 2007 season, the last 9 weeks of the year, the number 2 team in the country lost 7 times. They went 2-7 in the last 9 weeks of the year. USC lost to Stanford. Cal then lost to Oregon State. South Florida lost to Rutgers. Boston College lost to Florida State. Oregon lost to Arizona. KU lost to Mizzou. West Virginia lost to Pitt. What? And the number 1 and number 2 teams in the country both lost in the same weekend 3 times that season. Mind you, that had not happened once since 1996. It happened 3 times in 1 year, including both of the last 2 weeks of the regular season. Mizzou losing to Oklahoma in the Big 12 championship game. West Virginia lost to Pitt. LSU lost to Arkansas. KU lost to Mizzou. LSU lost to Kentucky. Cal lost to Oregon State. So, hold on. So, explain this to me. LSU lost twice and got to the BCS national title game?
You can't be that surprised with all of the shenanigans that went on.
I mean,
BCS
in fairness,
back then,
there was only one
popularity contest.
There was one lost team in college football in 2007. Venture to guess who that was?
Alabama.
Nope.
I have no clue then. Probably.
It's the Kansas Jayhawks.
No stuff. All right. The one lost to Mizzou.
Yep. Mizzou, I mean...
Which is why they were ranked ahead of Mizzou getting the Orange Bowl. That's
correct.
That's right.
Yeah. Mizzou went 12-2 that year, losing at Colorado and... No, sorry, that's Oklahoma. Losing at home against Oklahoma and then at Oklahoma during the regular season. Oof. I never knew that. It's a bad beat for KU fans. The national champion was a 2-loss team who beat a 2-loss team, the only 1-loss team in the country that year.
Still the glory days for us.
KU. Way it goes sometimes, man. For my producer, Julio Sanchez, I'm Logan Weber. Thank you guys for joining us. Thanks for getting involved in the text line. As always, really appreciate getting to talk with you throughout the show. Royals baseball back. I'm sorry, tomorrow we won't be here. But I will, in a capacity. I'm filling in for CDOT tomorrow on The Drive from 2 to 6 if you want to tune in for that. Here on your home for Kansas City Sports, 96.5, The Fan.